From the CSI Baseball Complex on the campus of the College of Staten Island, CSI Sportsnet is proud to welcome you into coverage of College of Staten Island baseball and non-conference action right here live from the baseball complex. Tonight, it is a non-conference single 9-inning affair between the United States Merchant Marine Academy, coming in with a record of 22-9, against the College of Staten Island with a record of 13 up and 16 down so far in the 2019 season. And a good evening, everybody. I'm David Pizzuto, and we'll be riding solo most of the evening here. We'll have some special visitors throughout the broadcast, I'm sure. Otherwise, we are getting set to bring you CSI Baseball live here from the CSI Baseball Complex, the College of Staten Island. 13 wins, 16 losses. They recently saw their 4-game winning streak come to an end. That was yesterday right here at the CSI Baseball Complex. They fell to the College of Mount St. Vincent by a score of 4-3, a game in which they looked to pose a comeback towards the end, but fell just short in that one. And again, that interrupted a 4-game winning streak. For the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy, they too come in having lost their last game, but they are 22-9 this season and playing very well as part of the Skyline Conference. We do want to mention that the United States Merchant Marine Academy only very recently showed up here at the ballpark, so we're probably going to get a delayed start for this one, as Merchant Marines now are kind of warming up their arms in the outfield and getting set. We are yet to receive their lineup as well, so when we get that, we will, of course, give it over to you as well and let you know how we're lining up for this one. This is a non-conference contest. Obviously, the Dolphins lead the all-time series with USMMA 27-10, and CSI did take a 2-1 win over the United States Merchant Marine Academy last year on April 18th in walk-off fashion. They defeated the Mariners by a score of 2-1. Overall, CSI is 14-6 against the Mariners on Staten Island, so a pretty good home record against USMMA. But the Mariners are looking to make it a 3-0 start against CUNY competition. Earlier this season, the United States Merchant Marine Academy scoring wins against both Baruch College and John Jay College. CSI losing 2 of 3 against Baruch this season, and of course they've yet to play John Jay. That'll happen next weekend. So once again, a pretty good one we've got set for you today. The CSI Dolphins at one point very recently had lost 4 out of 5 games, but they've backed that up now by winning 4 out of their last 5, and really 4 in a row that they absolutely needed to have. The Dolphins defeated Baruch College 5-2 last Thursday, then defeated Lehman on the road on Friday 10-4, and then on Sunday, CSI with 15-6 and 7-5 wins over Lehman College, and that put them right back in the playoff picture. And we'll show you now what the current baseball standings look like in the CUNY Athletic Conference. Baruch is sitting atop, and CSI really leapfrogged from last place to second place with those 4 wins that they had last week. Now, this is a non-conference game, but a chance for the Dolphins to kind of continue their positive play and momentum into their final conference 3-game set next weekend against John Jay College. CSI will play John Jay next weekend. On Friday, they'll play a single game, and then on Saturday, a doubleheader against John Jay College. You see where John Jay is in the standings. They still have 2 3-game sets to go in their schedule. CSI and Baruch are just about done, but only the top 2 teams make the CUNYAC tournament this year in a 3-game series, and then the winner of the CUNY will face the winner of the North Atlantic Conference, and the winner of that 3-game series will move on to the NCAA Division III tournament. So you have to finish in the top 2 to get that distinction, and even though CSI is in second place, they do not control their own destiny. CCNY does. If CCNY wins out, then they would basically hold their own fate over CSI. Now, Baruch and CCNY do play head-to-head. So obviously, if CCNY wins out, Baruch would fall to 7-5, and CSI could overtake them in the standings. But the thing to consider is that CSI loses the head-to-head battle between Baruch and CCNY. So CSI has to finish ahead of either one of those teams, Baruch or CCNY, if they finish tied against either one of them, they would not advance. So still plenty of baseball yet to be played for CSI. 3 games for the rest of the Pac-6, but for most of the rest of the Pac-6, and still a lot that can happen. So we'll keep our eye on that, more on that next weekend. And, of course, as we move on with the schedule, we'll learn a lot more. But for now, we have CSI versus the United States Merchant Marine Academy for USMMA. They come in with a record of 22-9 this season, and they're a formidable opponent. They're 5-4 on neutral sites and 10-4 on the road. So they're 15-8 away from their home field, where they're 7-1. But they're 12-4 in Skyline play, and they are certainly a team that will figure deep into the postseason in the Skyline Conference. The Dolphins, of course, losing to a Skyline opponent in Mount St. Vincent just yesterday, part of 2 games that they've lost to Mount St. Vincent on the season. So Dolphins have had plenty of tastes against the Skyline Conference. They played SUNY Purchase this season. They played Yeshiva this season. They've played St. Joseph's Brooklyn and lost. They'll play them again on Friday. So the CUNY and the Skyline are 2 conferences that play each other very often, and they have a lot of familiarity with one another, and this should be another one of those good tests. For USMMA this season, they come in batting .338 as a team, and they can do significant damage at the plate, but really their pitching has been outstanding. They're 22-9 this season, as we mentioned, and a team ERA of 3.23, and really their starters. We've just learned of the starters for United States Merchant Marine Academy, and Garrett Achille will be starting for USMMA, and we'll give you his numbers in just a moment. We expected he'd get the start. He's 2-0 this season in 5 starts, a 2.05 ERA. So plenty of good athletes on the Kings Point roster, and of course this should be a pretty significant test for the Dolphins. But this is a team that CSI did beat last year 2-1. It was a great game, probably the best game that we saw here at the College of Staten Island. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a step out, and we will take a break. And when we do come back, we'll get a better read on when we'll start this one. Once again, USMMA arriving to the field a little bit late this evening, so we'll probably have a delayed start. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have CSI Baseball, the introduction of our starting lineups, our national anthem, and we'll get ready to go live here from the CSI Baseball Complex. Stay with us.
I, Krista, take you, Jamie, to be my wife.
The ceremony was a blast.
It was just like the surreal moment of my dreams are coming true.
When we found out that we were pregnant, we were just elated. We were just sitting there waiting for the pediatrician. She said, "Oh, I apologize. She won't be taking you in as a client."
We are a lesbian couple, but she's just a baby. She's the one you're denying the service to.
And sitting there in that small, cold room, I wanted to cry, just thinking, what did we bring this kid into?
We're simply asking to treat our family the same way that you would treat any family.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
So we were walking to school. At the corner, we waited for the traffic light.
I started thinking about lunch. Mom packed me turkey and cheese.
She's
I really
smart,
want cheese pizza,
but
like at Luigi's.
sometimes her mind
They
wanders.
have this video game there, and Kate's got the high score. We should have a sleepover. Maybe I should pack my pajamas.
I remember saying, Laura? Laura,
I think I heard Mom say something.
the sign says don't walk.
Sometimes it's so overwhelming.
When we finally got there,
She gave me a hug goodbye.
I really hope she doesn't
I
have
really
another
hope I
bad
don't
day
have
at
another
school
bad day at
today.
school today.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. That's why there's Understood.org, a free online resource for the parents of the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues. Here you'll get personalized recommendations, practical tips, daily access to experts, and more. Go from misunderstanding to Understood.org.
Be right back.
Hi! You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
Probably okay isn't okay. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Welcome back here to the CSI Baseball Complex. We are moments away from first pitch between the CSI Dolphins and the United States Merchant Marine Academy. USMMA is taking a modified infield-outfield out there, and then we're going to get set to get underway. So we'll bring you the starting lineups for both teams. For the United States Merchant Marine Academy, you see them on your screen. The pitcher is number 38, Garrett Eichley. Number 4, the center fielder, is Jesse Reinbold. Number 13, the first baseman, is Altieri. The third baseman is number 6, Kyle Cunningham. The shortstop is number 11, Matt Mundorf. The left fielder, number 32, Joshua Koslow. The right fielder, number 12, Tyler Mowry. The catcher, number 22, is Riley Cherry. And the second baseman, number 9, Colin Baker. As you can see, no designated hitter in the lineup. Instead, it will be Eichley who will bat first and pitch for USMMA. For the College of Staten Island tonight, number 8, Nick Falcone, will lead off. He'll play left field. Number 2, Jet Navertney, second base. Number 21, Dominic Castiglione, plays center field. Number 23, batting cleanup, Nick Miola, the right fielder. Sean Becker is the catcher, batting fifth. Anthony DeMarco playing third base. Anthony Lozada at first. And a pair of Michaels, Michael Crocco, the designated hitter tonight. And number 9, Michael Ciancio, will be playing short. And the pitcher will be Joseph DeCelie. And he comes in with a record of 1-1 with a 5.30 ERA. And as you can see, both coaches now making their way over to the home plate. And we will have a break for the national anthem. So when they do that, field prep being ready, we'll go off the air momentarily, and then we'll bring you first pitch. So these two teams meeting for the 38th time in their history. CSI winning 27 of the previous 37 matchups, but USMMA coming up, over 20 wins coming into this game. The Dolphins trying to claw their way back to 500. 3 games under at 13-16. And Dolphins, of course, after this will play a doubleheader against St. Joseph's College of Brooklyn on Friday afternoon beginning at 12 noon. Of course, it is Good Friday on Friday, so most campuses obviously off of classes, so they get the earlier start time there. Dolphins are off this weekend, both Saturday and Sunday. They return to action next week after that. And, of course, the 3 biggest games on their schedule, at least for now, are the 3 games against John Jay College on Friday and Saturday. Those 3 games will go a huge way in determining whether the Dolphins make the postseason playoffs. So Obviously, everybody can't wait for that as we are entering our scorecard here and the modified warm-up USMMA, getting to the field pretty late here. And they took a modified infield outfield, and now we're going to get set for our national anthem. So we will break away from headset, stand up for the anthem, and when we come back, we will have first pitch. Once again, it's the United States Merchant Marine Academy against the College of Staten Island. First pitch coming up next.
Do you want to retire like a champ? Just like legendary basketball star Uncle Drew?
Don't do it like that, Uncle Drew.
You're already acing the game. You've got your dream ride.
Don't be slamming my door. Sorry about that. You just did the same. Gotta get the boys.
Your dream vacation and your dream team. And now you can make your retirement just as legendary.
I get buckets.
Get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
First time I tried Vicodin, it was laying around my mom's house. And then I kept taking them whenever I could get them. I didn't know they'd be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
No doubt you're going places, young lady.
Thank you. And thank you for the interview as well. I can imagine it was the last thing that you wanted to do after such a long campaign meeting.
You really are a very intelligent young woman. You're very smooth.
You're very smooth yourself.
You have no idea.
Awkward. I'm the awkward silence. You try to avoid me, then there I am again.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
Like Kelly here is about to demonstrate.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Do you want to retire like a
Welcome back here to the College of Staten Island CSI Baseball Complex, where we see on the hill it'll be Joseph DeCelie for the Dolphins. DeCelie this season 1-1 with a 5.30 ERA. He's pitched 18.2 innings this season. He's only given up 9 hits in the 18 2/3, but he has given up 14 runs, 11 of them earned, and a lot of that is due to the walks, 22 walks in 18 2/3 innings pitched. He has, however, struck out 27 batters, and opposing batters are batting just 141 against Joe DeCelie. So CSI Dolphins know that if he can get his control under control, then he could be a very formidable pitcher, especially down the stretch as we enter or get closer to the postseason. The CSI Dolphins in the field will go as follows. Becker is behind the plate, as you can see on the bottom of your screen. Anthony Lozada at first, Jet Navertney at second, Michael Ciencio at short, Anthony DeMarco at third base, and then in the outfield left to right is Nick Falcone, Dominic Castiglione, and Nick Miola. And they're going to face a pretty formidable USMMA lineup. The Mariners this season batting well over 300 as a team, batting 338 as a team. And a lot of their big-time hitters have a lot of at-bats and are really stroking the base hits all over the park. And Garrett Eichley will be the leadoff hitter for USMMA. He's batting 381 this season, and he is making his 30th appearance, his 29th start this year. He's got 37 hits and 97 at-bats, 8 extra bases, 4 doubles, 4 triples, 26 runs scored, 10 RBI. He's also walked 4 times, and he's stolen 5 out of 7 bases this season. So pitcher versus pitcher to start the game here. It'll be DeCelie facing Eichley. Righty versus lefty here as we start things up. First pitch will be thrown at 6:41 p.m. 11-minute delay after the United States Merchant Marine Academy got here just a little bit late. And it'll be strike one on the high corner to Eichley. So DeCelie starts with a strike. Oh, DeCelie gets a good look in and now delivers, and that one is down low and inside for a ball, so the count will go to 1-1. The book on DeCelie is that he will take his time up there on the mound. Very deliberate pitcher. Works just fine when he's retiring batters, and he's been doing that as of late. Delivers another one very low and inside for a ball, ball two. Becker behind the plate, getting some rest yesterday, did not make the start. Luke Smaya did. Dolphins put a lot of their first-year faces in the game yesterday. And there's one that's cut on and fouled off the left side. So we got a 2-2 count upcoming as Mike Morrow will come in to retrieve that errant foul ball. Dolphins with a couple of big games on against St. Joseph's Brooklyn Friday afternoon, of course, weather permitting. And there's one that's cut on right back to DeCelie. He's going to run it over to first, makes the toss to Lazada in time, and there's one away on the put-out 1-3, and it'll bring up Jesse Reinbold. So Reinbold will come to the plate. He is USMMA's best hitter. He's batting .430 this season. This is his 32nd consecutive start. He's got 52 hits this season in 121 at-bats. 20 runs scored. He leads the team with 29 RBI. He's got 9 extra base hits, 7 doubles, 2 triples. First pitch well outside for a ball. Reinbold is also second on the team with 15 walks this season. On-base percentage of .486. And when he gets on, he's a threat around the base paths as well. He's got 9 stolen bases. Showed bunt there, but takes a strike. And we got a 1-1 count here on Reinbold. DeCelie once again with a long look, a 1-1 pitch, and that one is skied. Shallow outfield, getting on the outfield grass is Navertny, but he makes the catch easily for the game's second out. So 2 up, 2 down here for Joe DeCelie in the top of the first inning. And that'll leave it up to Vincenzo Altieri. Altieri this season.
First baseman number 13, Vincenzo Altieri.
Trying to find him in my stat sheet here. Batting .415, second on the team in that department. Get you the rest of his numbers in just a moment as he takes that one on the inside corner for a strike. Altieri, this is his 31st start, so he's only missed 1 game. He's got 49 hits, 13 extra bases, 10 doubles, 3 triples. He's also walked 13 times. He squares to bunt, puts one to the right of DeCelie. No play for Joe DeCelie, and getting in there into first base is Altieri. Got to guess that'll be ruled a single. And the Mariners will get their first base runner. That's been ruled an error. I think they'll change that, as I don't know if there was much of a play for DeCelie. He did everything that he could, having to go to his right to field. In any event, Kyle Cunningham will be the batter now.
Third baseman number 6, Kyle Cunningham.
Cunningham this season batting .339. This is his 31st start of the year. He's got 38 hits, 9 extra bases. Runner stays, and a strike taken by Cunningham, the third baseman. So after surrendering a 2-out hit, that was changed to a hit after the error flashed on screen. Now a check back to Altieri at first. He's in time. More numbers on Cunningham. He's scored 20 runs. He's got 18 RBI. He's walked 6 times. He is tied for the team lead in stolen bases with 13, so when he gets on base, always a threat. Here's the pitch, swung on, big cut and miss for strike number 2. So now DeCelie way ahead here on Cunningham. Matt Mundorf will be on deck. He's batting .359 as the parade of good hitters continues here for USMMA in the lineup. After him is Koslow, who's making only his 11th start of the season, but he's batting just under 300. A lot of formidable hitters here. Here's the windup, and laying off that one is Cunningham up high for a ball. So a 1-2 pitch upcoming here to Cunningham. Playing up in that batter's box. First a check back to Altieri at first. No play there. DeCelie has been guilty of losing a few runners because of that long, deliberate delivery that he has. There's the pitch, well high, that Becker has to stand up to corral, so that will make it a 2-2 count here with 2 out. DeCelie registering 2 very quick outs here, but then the base hit bunt by Altieri puts him at first, and now a 2-2 pitch upcoming to Cunningham. Here's the pitch. Runner goes, and that one is lined into right field for a base hit. And scampering around second and making it into third easily would be Altieri. And just like that, USMMA with runners at the corners with 2 out here in the first. So with 2 out, that brings up Matt Mundorf. We mentioned Mundorf batting .359. This is Mundorf's 28th start of the season, his 30th game overall. In a big position here. He does have 19 RBIs this year. And takes that one on the low corner for a strike. Mundorf, 33 base hits and 92 at-bats. He's got 5 doubles, a pair of triples. And he leads the team with 16 walks this season. So another very patient hitter in this Kings Point lineup as the check back to first, not in time to catch Cunningham there. We mentioned the speed on the base pads here for the United States Merchant Marine Academy. They've got a bunch. So anything hit in the gap could very well score 2 runs. DeCelie trying to hold Cunningham at first just in case. Here's the pitch. Inside corner, strike 2. Nice pitch that time by DeCelie. On deck with 1 base open is Joshua Koslow, who's making his 11th start of the season. He's batting .297 on deck with 4 RBI and 5 runs scored. Modified at-bats, obviously. Runner goes and caught in a rundown, and now the throw home is going to get away from Becker. That'll be an error on the throw, and coming all the way around to third will be Cunningham. So a run scores after a throw to second to try and get the runner, and that invited the errant throw. So we're going to have an error issued on the play to CSI. Altieri scores the run. For Altieri, that's his 28th run scored of the season. And after all that, we still have an 0-2 count here on Mundorf. But now with a runner at third, instead of Altieri, is Kyle Cunningham. Here's the 0-2, and that one is cut on and lined into the outfield for a base hit. That will be played by Falcone there. Run scores easily. RBI base hit by Matt Mundorf. And it's now a 2-0 game in favor of the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy as Cunningham comes in to score. For now, anyway, that will be an unearned run. Joshua Koslow will be the batter, who we mentioned, 297 hitter. Only his 11th start of the season, his 17th appearance. Big throw there outside for a ball. So after getting the first 2 outs, the top of the order, DeCelia has given up 3 straight singles. But because of the infield error on the would-be put out at home plate, 2 runs have scored on the 3 singles. Runner at first is checked on. Mundorf gets back easily. Mentioned Mundorf, 8 of 13 stolen bases this season. And that one is cut on and hit foul into the parking lot. Always dangerous for our cars out there. So now a 1-1 pitch will be upcoming to Koslow with Tyler Mowry on deck. Runner goes, and the throw into no throw as Becker held up. And so it'll be a stolen base for Matt Mundorf. For Mundorf, his 9th stolen base of the season. Looked down for just a second, not really sure why Becker pulled up there and did not make the throw. In any event, we'll have a 2-1 pitch upcoming here to Mundorf. Excuse me, to Koslow. And that one is cut on and fouled straight back. So the Mariners 2 runs on 3 hits here. They've been aided by 1 CSI error. Not the kind of start the Dolphins wanted here in this 9-inning affair. Long look in at second. Here's the pitch. Well high for a ball, 3-2. So DeCelia will have to make his first payoff pitch of the evening. Coming up here to Koslow. Mundorf is the runner at second base. You see him on your screen. Has a plenty big lead here. There's the pitch, and that one is cut on and missed for strike 3. So the Dolphins get out of the inning thanks to Joseph DeCelia's 28th strikeout of the season, but not before some damage done. The Mariners with 2 runs on 3 hits, the Dolphins with 1 error in the half inning, and at the end of 1 half inning of play, it's the Mariners 2 and the Dolphins coming to bat. Stay with us. You're watching CSI Baseball right here on CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com.
Mom.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke.
I'm Paul George, and I want you to spot a stroke fast.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911.
Protect the ones you love.
Spot a stroke fast.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Welcome back here to the CSI Baseball Complex. The Dolphins surrendering 2 runs in the top of the first inning before they can take their first hacks of the game. So they'll have the top of the order here to face Altieri, the USMMA pitcher. He will face Nick Falcone to start things off. Falcone batting .338 this season. He's got 19 runs scored, 12 RBI. Only 2 extra base hits this season for Falcone, a double and a triple. Shows bunt, but takes one in the dirt for a ball. That one's well outside for a ball. So here's the book on Garrett Eichley. He's 2-0 with a 2.05 ERA. He has made 5 starts. He's pitched 22 innings, so he's averaging about 4.5 innings per start. He's given up 14 hits in 22 innings, 7 runs, 5 of them earned. He's walked 17 batters. He's struck out 24. Opponents are batting just .175 against him, as there's another one on the outside corner. That one does hit the strike zone. It'll be 2-1. 3-1, excuse me. And there is ball. No, that one was a very low pitch, but called for a strike. So 3-2. Falcone wanted the free pass. He has walked 10 times this season. And now Eichley is trying to work all the way back after starting 3-0. There's a cut and a missed strike 3. So Falcone down on strikes 3 straight after seeing 3 straight balls issued his way. And that'll bring up Jet Navertny. So Jet Navertny will step up. He's batting .410 this season. He leads the Dolphins in that category. 74th in the nation. And he takes one well outside. Navertny leads the team with 27 runs scored, 22 RBI. There's one on the outside corner for a strike. 1-1. And there's one down low for a ball, 2-1. And there's one that's ripped up the middle. That will get past Mundorf for a base hit. So the Dolphins with their first hit of the game. And for Jet Navertny, that will be hit number 44 this season. And it'll bring up Dominic Castiglione here with 1 out and a runner on base.
The center fielder, number 21, Dominic Castiglione.
Navertny has stolen 7 bases this season at first base out of 10 tries. That's good for second on the team. Dominic Castiglione will be the batter. So for Dominic Castiglione, he's batting .360, 23 runs scored, is second on the team, 17 RBI. He's got 7 doubles. He's also walked 12 times, takes one up high for a ball, 2-0. And there's one that hits the high corner for a strike. So 2-1 will be our count on Castiglione. One of 5 first-year faces for the Dolphins in the lineup today. And that one's fouled straight back to us. And that includes the pitcher, Joe DeCelie, who's a transfer, a senior transfer. Everybody else, true freshman, Nick Falcone, who we saw. Castiglione, Michael Crocco, and Michael Ciancio, the other first-year faces in the lineup tonight. There's the pitch outside, well outside for ball 3. So another payoff pitch upcoming. Nick Falcone saw one, swung on it and missed. Now it'll be time for Dominic Castiglione. And there we got a rundown here. Navertny takes off for second base. He's dead to rights and picked off, and out is Jet Navertny. 1-3-6. Caught stealing on the play. And Dominic Castiglione will be the batter still with a 3-2 pitch, and now 2 outs. And that one's down low for a walk, ball 4. So Castiglione draws the first walk of the day issued by either pitcher. For Eichley, that'll be his 18th walk issued this season, and it will bring up Nick Miola. I'll give you Miola's numbers in just a moment. As first pitch goes high and outside for a ball. Miola batting .338 this season. He's got 13 runs scored, 13 RBI. He's got 5 extra bases, all of them doubles. He's walked 4 times. Really hasn't gotten completely uncorked this season, but a lot of power in that bat for Miola as he takes a ball in the outside corner for a strike. 1-1. See the score on your screen. Merchant Marines with 2 runs in the top of the first inning. 3 consecutive singles for USMMA after 2 outs. Check swing, outside, ball 2. Eichley has gone full to a couple of batters in this inning for the Dolphins, 2 out of 3. And now he'll go 2-1 here to Miola. Check swing strike as Miola took one on the outside corner. Dolphins with 2 outs. Nick Falcone struck out, and then Jet Navertny out on the base paths, picked off. Pitcher to first base to shortstop at second base. There's one well high for a ball, 3-2. So for the 3rd time in this inning, Eichley will have to deliver a full count pitch here, this time against Nick Miola. He struck out Falcone but lost Castiglione. Check back to Castiglione and safe there. Castiglione not an imminent threat to steal, but obviously with 2 outs, he'll be running on the play. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So after running the count full to 2 out of 3 batters, Eichley battles back to strike out 2. And at the end of the first inning of play, USMMA hangs on to their 2-0 lead. So we'll step aside, take a break. When we come back, more CSI baseball right here on CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? You know you do. That's why we're here. We're free and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos. Go to GetSchooled.com.
Morning, Gary.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back to the CSI Baseball Complex here. We're getting set for inning number 2 of a 9-inning affair between the College of Staten Island and the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy. Joe DeCelie getting set for his 2nd inning of work. For DeCelie in the first, he registered the first couple of outs on 4 pitches. Got Garrett Eichley to ground out right back to him at pitcher, and got Garrett Reinbold to pop up to second, but then 3 straight singles coupled with a CSI error allowed 2 runners to score, and that's where we are, 2-0 here at the end of 1. Dolphins making a little noise in their turn of the first. Tyler Mowry will be our batter. He takes the first pitch in there for a call strike. We'll give you Mowry's numbers in just a moment. Mowry hugging that batter's box. And he takes that one dead red for a strike, 0-2. Mowry this season making his 16th start, his 19th appearance. He's batting .293. He's got 5 extra bases, 4 doubles, and a triple. And bounces in on Becker for a ball. Mowry with 12 runs scored, 11 RBI. He has walked 7 times, on base percentage of .392. Has a couple stolen bases this season. Again, modified work for Tyler. Right-handed bat will take a 1-2 pitch, and he is punched out. Strikeout looking for DeCelie. So DeCelie has struck out the last 2 Mariner batters. And we have 1 out here to start the second inning, and Riley Cherry will be the batter. Cherry this season batting .360, but modified at-bats for him. He's only 9 of 25. 4 out of Cherry's 9 hits have been for extra bases. He's got 3 doubles and a triple. He's got 8 RBI in just 25 at-bats, 6 runs scored. He has walked 4 times. So a nice on-base percentage of .452 for the young man, who's making his 10th start of the year, and takes that one down low and outside for a ball. So the count will go to 1-1. DeCelie with nobody on the base pads, taking his time up there on the hill. Now delivers, and a big swing and a miss by Cherry. Count will go to 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes now to Cherry with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Well outside and unable to backhand it was Becker. DeCelie with exactly 20 innings pitched at this point, with that 1/3 of an inning in the books, and he does have 29 strikeouts, so averaging about 1 1/3 strikeouts per inning. The pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. So DeCelie has now registered 3 straight strikeouts and is 1 out away from retiring the Merchant Marines in order here in the second. He'll face the number 9 hitter, Colin Baker. Baker, the second baseman today, is batting .338 this season. This is his 20th start, his 27th appearance. He's got 24 hits and 71 at-bats. And first pitch skips in the dirt and well wide of Becker for ball 1. Baker has 5 extra base hits and 71 at-bats, all of them doubles. He's got 5 walks, stolen a pair of bases. Pretty decent second base, too. He's fielding percentage about 98%, as that one is fouled off to the right side. The count will go to 1-1. So DeCelie has registered 5 outs in this game, 3 of them via the strikeout. The first 2 outs of the game were ground out and pop out, and in between it all was 3 straight singles that resulted in a couple of runs to score. Here's the pitch, and that one is cut on and fouled first base side again. So staying alive is Baker. Top of the order, Garrett Eichley, the pitcher, will be on deck here for USMMA, looking to get a chance. Big swing, and that one is off the glove of Becker. The count will be 1-2. Baker with 12 strikeouts on the season and 71 at-bats. So he's been victimized a dozen times. There's one well high for a ball. So DeCelie has definitely missed on some pitches here, especially in this inning, but he's been able to rally back. DeCelie, who has walked 22 batters this season, hasn't walked one yet. That's what the Dolphins like to see, that control in order. Becker has also hit a couple of batters this season and has thrown 2 wild pitches. He'll make a 2-2 here to Baker. Swung on, and that one is grounded towards third, but it'll dribble foul. And so Baker continuing to stay alive and see pitches here against DeCelie. Here comes a 2-2, and that one is too low for a ball. So missing is DeCelie. And now the count will run full here, 3-2 to Baker. Again, the book on Baker, 5 walks this season, 12 strikeouts. Big payoff pitch here to get the Dolphins out of the inning. 1-2-3. There's the pitch, well inside. That nearly hit Baker if he didn't cut out of the way. And Baker will get a free trip over to first base as Becker has to retreat to get the ball. He does. First walk of the game issued by DeCelie. And Garrett Eichley, the pitcher, will come back up to the plate. Eichley bounced one back to DeCelie to start the game. DeCelie peeks over his left shoulder, and there's a big swing and a miss for Eichley. CSI bench likes that one as they get a little bit animated for their senior first-year face, Joe DeCelie. Another peek over the left shoulder and the check back over to Baker. He's in there in time. For Baker, he has stolen a couple of bases on a pair of attempts, so he's perfect this season in that department. Doesn't have a huge lead at first. Now takes a couple more steps, and DeCelie sees him back. In case you joined us late, this game started late, about 11, 12 minutes or so, as USMMA arrived here a little tardy, had a modified warm-up, and we started things off at 6:41 first pitch. And now we're half hour in and still in the top of the second here with 2 out. And Joe DeCelie giving up a base runner in each of the first 2 innings. 3 singles in the first, and he's walked 1 batter here. Runner goes, weak grounder over to second. Navertney fields the throw to first, is in time for the final out. So for the second time today, Garrett Eichley grounds out, this time to end the inning. And now at the end of 1 1/2 innings of play, it's USMMA 2 and CSI coming to bat for the second time. So stay with us. You're watching CSI Baseball right here on CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com. More baseball coming up.
Na 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 na, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
This is why you took a second job. While you taught yourself how to fix the plumbing. While you'll do whatever it takes to keep your home. And that is why we want to help. We are making home affordable, a free government resource that can make paying the mortgage easier. Call 888-995-HOPE today.
We are back here at the CSI Baseball Complex, getting set for the bottom half of the second inning. CSI Dolphins find themselves down 2-0. The Mariners with 2 runs in the first inning, thanks to 3 consecutive hits by the middle of their order. And now it's time for the Dolphins. They are bringing up their 5th, 6th, and 7th hitters in this inning. Sean Becker, Anthony DeMarco, and Anthony Lozada. Sean Becker will be the batter. He is batting .386 this season. He's got 17 runs scored, 19 RBI. He leads the Dolphins with 12 extra base hits this season, and he'll take one well outside for a ball. Becker this season with 9 doubles. That leads the team. 1 triple and 2 home runs. That's tied for the team lead. And takes another one outside as Cherry has to extend to his right. And Becker should get something meaty coming up here soon on 2-0 pitch. Base is empty. And that one does hit the outside low corner for a strike. 2-1. And that one is outside for a ball. 3-1 is our count. Another big pitch here for Eichley. Working quickly, outside and high for a ball 2. Just getting that corner. Both pitchers getting that high strike here in this one. Another payoff pitch upcoming here for Eichley. That one is swung on and hit weakly third base side. Strong throw over to first is in time from Cunningham. Nice job by the Mariner infield, and there's one away here in the bottom of the second. So batting up will be Anthony DeMarco. DeMarco batting .243 this season. 16 runs scored, 10 RBI. 2 doubles and a home run for DeMarco are his 3 extra base hits. Coming into last weekend's CUNY games, DeMarco did not have an extra base hit and ends up with 2 doubles and a triple. He had some problems starting off at the dish, but has really come on strong in these last couple of weeks. And after taking first pitch strike, he will see that one down low for a ball. One pitch upcoming here. And that one top shelf for a ball. Two outside that time as DeMarco was able to see that one through. DeMarco, one of the team leaders in walks this season. He's got 12. And that one's outside, 3-1. So for what it's worth, Eichley has walked a batter in this game, but he's really rallied back from these deep counts, and that one is skied up in the air foul, well past us outside the press box. And so another full count upcoming. Anthony DeMarco is the Dolphins' 6th hitter. He's the 5th one that's going to see a payoff pitch, and that one's outside for ball 4. So for the second time today, Eichley loses a batter. And the Dolphins have a base runner here in the bottom half of the second inning as Anthony Lozada will come up to bat. So Lozada batting .353, 12 runs scored, 13 RBI, 2 doubles and a home run this season for Lozada as time is called. Lozada has also walked 7 times. Lozada, .459 on base percentage, and that one pops out of the glove of Cherry, but holding fast at first base is DeMarco. The 1-0 upcoming here. Check back at first to DeMarco. He is safe. Last year when these two teams played, it only took a couple of runs to win. The Dolphins winning it 2-1. High strike, strike 1, 1-1. Dolphins aren't a small ball team per se, but They have been known to move runners around as Lozada fouls one off, but Lozada with a big bat, not one to really sacrifice himself, does not have one this season. Lozada behind in the count, 1-2. One out for the Dolphins here, a base runner on, and Anthony DeMarco. And there's another pickoff play, and it's going to be a balk. So a balk is called against the pitcher, and automatically getting second base is DeMarco. So now DeMarco is in scoring position. No pitch on the play, so the count will remain 1-2. Eichle sets. Gets one way up high for a ball, 2-2. Coming into this at-bat, Eichle threw 35 pitches, so this will be pitch number 40 for Garrett Eichle. And that one is in there for a call, strike 3. So Lozada doesn't like it. Mike Morrow didn't either. He says that's out of the strike zone. Said it pretty clearly. And with 2 outs now, the Dolphins are down to their final out with a runner at second base. It'll be up to Michael Crocco. Give you Crocco's numbers in just a moment. The lefty is batting .293 this season and sees that one low for a ball, ball 1. Crocco has 10 runs scored, 6 RBI. He's got 3 extra base hits, pair of doubles and a triple. He's walked 5 times. DeMarco is at second. And there's one on the inside corner for a strike. Mundorf now takes a couple of steps away from DeMarco at second base. Creeps in a little closer. And Crocco skies one into left field. That's in foul territory on his horse and nearly making the play. That's a fair ball. That's a fair ball as he hit the glove of Koslow. Tough luck play for USMMA there. Koslow made a great attempt at it, but that'll be a base hit for the Dolphins. An RBI for Michael Crocco, and the Dolphins have cut the USMMA lead to 2-1. So DeMarco is the scorer. He scores for the 17th time this season. And for Michael Crocco, he scores his 7th RBI of the year. And it'll be Michael Ciancio to try and keep it going here. And he takes that one outside for a ball. Here's the pitch. And that one is outside for a ball, 2-0. So the Dolphins with a pair of hits today, one in the first, one in the second. And that one is in there for a call strike, so Eichle gets back that one. 2-1 is our count. Eichle with a long look, delivers in the dirt. It does get away from Cherry, and being able to take third base will be Crocco. And so now he's a base away, and Ciancio will see a 3-1 pitch upcoming. Big pitch here for Eichle. Obviously, bases are open. Top of the order upcoming, though. A 3-1 pitch here. Well outside for a ball 4. So Ciancio is issued the second walk of the inning by Eichle. And the Dolphins are back up to the top of the order. It is Nick Falcone. So runners at the corners. Nick Falcone is the batter. Falcone struck out swinging his first time up. Takes the first pitch strike here, right down the middle. Wonder if Mike Morrow will put the runner Ciancio in motion here at first base, try to draw a throw. Get Crocco in. Eichley with a quick check on Ciancio at first. And there's a pitch well high for a ball, 1-1. It's Crocco at third. Benefits of the RBI base hit that ran in DeMarco, and Ciancio out on first via the walk. There's a big cut by Falcone and a miss, so the count will go to 1-2. Big at bat here as the Dolphins have cut the Mariners' lead in half now, 2-1. There's an outside curveball for ball 2, 2-2. Two balls, two strikes, two outs here. And Falcone, the batter, runners at first and third. Here's the pitch. In there, call strike 3. No question about it that time. Dolphins out on strikes here to end the second inning, but the Dolphins do get 1 run back, and at the end of 2 complete innings of play, it's the Mariners 2 and the Dolphins 1. Stay with us. You're watching CSI Baseball right here on CSI Sportsnet on CSIDolphins.com.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Give me back!
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Welcome back to the CSI Baseball Complex. Joseph DeCieli getting set to work his third inning for the CSI Dolphins. Early line for DeCieli, he's hurled 44 pitches so far. DeCieli has struck out 3 batters and has walked 1 here through the first 2 stanzas. And he will face batters 2, 3, and 4 in the order for USMMA, and a big cut and a miss for Reinbold. Reinbold popped out to second base his first time up. That was 2 or 3 steps into the outfield grass. And that one is hit off the mask of Becker for strike 2. So DeCieli quickly way ahead here, 0-2. DeCieli's 3 strikeouts were to the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the batting order for USMMA. 3 straight strikeouts for him. And there's one well high for a ball, 1-2. Gave you Reinbold's numbers back in the first inning, but he leads the Mariners in hitting, as that one skips away from Becker. Reinbold batting .430 this year, among the nation's leaders. He has made all 32 starts this season for USMMA. He's looking to add on his 52 hits already here through 32 games, and that one is down low. So after going 0-2, DeCelie falling behind here, 3-2 the count. In danger of losing Reinbold here. DeCelie has walked just the one batter through the first 2 innings. Looking to stay on track here. The pitch up high, ball 4. And so Reinbold on 4 straight pitches is able to walk after falling behind in the count 0-2, and that will put the bat in the hands of Altieri. Altieri earned on via bunt a base hit in the first inning. That started the 3 straight hits for USMMA back in the first that yielded the 2 runs. And Reinbold now to work with at first this time. Nobody out here in the third, and DeCelie gives Reinbold a quick look. Reinbold has stolen 9 bases this season on 11 attempts. Pretty good percentage for him on the base pads. And there's one in there for a call strike, strike 1 here. No arms warming up for CSI. We kind of figured this might be a pitcher by committee type of evening here. Try to get as many arms, some work as possible as the Dolphins get set for just 2 games this weekend on Friday against St. Joseph's Brooklyn. And of course, with the Easter holiday, no games for the Dolphins on Saturday, Sunday, as that one is bounced foul. And that's a rarity during baseball season to have a entire weekend completely free. Hopefully after the Easter break, there'll be spring here in the region, as we still really haven't had optimal baseball or softball weather so far this season. A couple of games here and there, but for the most part, some tough weather, tonight included, when that wind is blowing, and it is. Pretty crisp out there on the field. So Reinbold has held steady at first base, and Altieri will see a 1-2 pitch. Short lead for Reinbold. And the throw back over to first is not in time. Runner goes. That one is skied into the outfield. Castiglione giving chase. And Reinbold will have to retreat back to first base. So 1 out here on the fly out by Altieri. And now to be Kyle Cunningham. Cunningham roped a single to right field his first time up. He scored the 2nd run of the game for USMMA in that first inning. So after an eventful first at bat, this is at bat number 2 for him, and Reinbold still at first base. Throw back over to first is not in time. Sealy paying plenty of attention to Reinbold at first, and does again. Throw over to Lozada, not in time. Sealy with a long look now delivers high outside corner for strike 1. So starting off the at-bat against Cunningham the right way. Cunningham, 339 coming into this game. He's approaching hit number 40 for the season. He's got 39 hits now and 113 at-bats. That's counting his first at-bat, and he takes that one outside for a ball to be 1-1. One upcoming here to Cunningham. And checking back in at first base Reinbold getting back. Another long look here by DeCelie, paying a lot of attention to Reinbold. He stays put, and that one is fouled off. Right-hand side. Count will go to 1-2. So with the count 2-2, DeCelie, who's paid a lot of attention to Reinbold at first, does so again. That one skips away from Lozada, but he's able to corral it in time. Long at bat here for Kyle Cunningham. Two still upcoming here. Now the runner will go, and that one is fouled off. Ooh, and that one did hit a car. And the parking lot heard that one clear as day, and it's a dangerous place to be when there's baseball to be played here at the College of Staten Island. We're illuminated here in the evening. It's a 2-2 pitch upcoming here to Kyle Cunningham, who singled and scored his first time up. Looking for a repeat performance. Reinbold stays home outside for a ball 3-2. Our game approaching its first hour of play here. We are in the top half of the third inning. 2-1 score as we have a 3-2 pitch upcoming. Reinbold goes. There's a swing. It's a miss. The throw to second, not in time. So Reinbold gets the steal. And it's going to be a batter's interference that will give the Dolphins the third out. Batter's interference is the call. So Cunningham down on strikes, and Altieri is out via batter's interference. And we are through 2.5 innings of play. We'll go to the bottom of the third. The score 2 for USMMA and 1 for the Dolphins. Stay with us.
You make me wear my bike helmet.
Taught me never to run with scissors.
You tell me to stay away from drugs. To always buckle my seatbelt. And to follow the swimming rules.
You're always looking out for me and trying to keep me safe.
So why do you keep a loaded gun in your drawer?
Here in the garage.
Closet. Shoebox. Under the bed.
Where anyone can get to it. How safe is that?
How safe is that?
How safe is that?
You asked them to follow some safety rules. Now they're asking you. In fact, they're counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. If you own a firearm and are not using it, please be responsible and be sure that it's stored in a safe place. Remember, always lock it up. For more information on firearm storage safety, visit ncpc.org.
You make me wear my bike helmet.
Mom.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care.
Back here to live action from the CSI Baseball Complex. The first pitch is in the dirt to Jet Navertney. Explanation on that last exchange in the top of the third inning as Namertny takes down low for a ball. Kyle Cunningham struck out swinging, and then because he interfered with the throw to second base on Becker, Altieri was ruled out at second base. And so, it'll be a 1-1 count here. That one is down low, ball 2. So Eichle working into his third inning for the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy. This is his 6th start of the season. He's 2-0 this year, a 2.05 ERA. And that one is outside for a ball. So losing Namertny to start the inning is Eichle. And for the 3rd straight inning, he has yielded a base runner. And it will be Dominic Castiglione to bat. Castiglione walked his first time out. This is part of 3 walks so far issued by Eichle. He has also struck out 4 batters. Runner goes, Namertny. Throw is high and no play on Namertny at second. He's got himself a stolen base. His 8th of the season. And so now Castiglione has Namertny at second to work with here in this at-bat. And that one is fouled off behind the plate. And now a timeout called here as Castiglione steps out of the box and Eichle steps off the rubber. We are over an hour old here at the College of Staten Island. 2-1 game. Good one so far. And that one is fouled straight back as well. So Castiglione seeing more pitches here from Eichle, who walked him his first time up. For Castiglione, that was his 13th walk of the season. Second only behind Michael Ciancio, who also walked his first time up. The 1-2, cut on and miss, strike 3. So Castiglione, who walked his first time up, is the 5th strikeout victim for Eichle. And it'll be up to Nick Miola here with 1 out and a runner at second base. Nick Miola struck out his first time up, and he takes a first pitch strike this time. Miola's strikeout was the 13th of the season. That's second highest on the Dolphins this season. Trying to avoid a repeat performance here. There's the pitch. Inside corner, strike 2. So Miola quickly in the hole. 0-2 now to Eichle, who's fallen behind a bunch of batters here tonight, but not the case here in this inning. The run allowed in the second inning was earned. And that one is well outside for a ball, 1-2. The way the Dolphins manufactured their run in the second inning is a walk to DeMarco. He advanced to second via a balk. And then he came home on a Michael Crocco RBI single. That's your Dolphin run. A step off the rubber for Eichle. We'll do things over here. A little later tonight, we'll be joined by Mike Babuski, who will join us on the air. There's one skied into shallow right field. A couple of Mariners are there, and making the call and making the catch is Mowry. And it will be Sean Becker.
the catcher, number 35, Sean Becker.
So Becker now with 2 out. Grounded to third his first time up. Dolphins trying not to squander a leadoff walk and stolen base by Jet Navertny. Trying to get this game even here in the early innings. Looking by Eichley, he delivers, and that one came all the way up on Becker, so he'll have a 2-0 count to look at here with first base open. DeMarco on deck. He walked his first time up. (2-0) pitch up coming here to Sean Becker, and he lays off that one, but takes the strike. On the outside corner, it'll be 2-1. Lots of heavy coats here at the CSI Baseball Complex. Some blankets in the stands as well. It's a very cold night here. Shouldn't say very cold, but definitely cold for baseball. That one's ripped into left field for a base hit. Dolphins will not hold the runner. Coming in and scoring on the play is Navertny. It's an RBI single for Sean Becker, his first hit of the game. And the Dolphins have tied things up at 2. So Anthony DeMarco will be the batter. DeMarco now with a base runner at first base and the score tied with 2 outs, looking to continue things here. The Dolphins with their first hit of the inning. DeMarco will face an 0-1. So DeMarco sees a strike and a ball here. One count. Staying home at first base is Becker, and DeMarco takes down low for a ball, 2-1. DeMarco takes that one well inside for a ball, 3-1. So DeMarco, who's always been a very patient hitter, he walked his first time up and scored, and now has a chance here to earn on base. You're going to see a 3-1 pitch. Interesting to see what Mike Morrow will have him do here with 2 out. He is swinging, pops it straight up in the air. Calling everyone off is Baker. He makes the catch, and the Dolphins are retired here in the 3rd inning, but not before they score a run on a hit. And at the end of 3 complete innings of play, we have a tie score here, USMMA 2 and the College of Staten Island 2. Stay with us. You're watching CSI Baseball right here on CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com.
Listen now. Can you hear the bluebirds? Oh, look up now. Can you feel the sun? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Can you feel the sun?
Welcome back here to the CSI Baseball Complex. The Dolphins fell behind in the first, 2-0, but since then have added a run in the second and in the third to tie things up here at 2-2 for their starting pitcher, Joe DeCelie, who will now work into his 4th inning. And he will face the numbers 5, 6, and 7 in the order. For DeCelie, he got through his first 1-2-3 inning of the day, although unconventionally he gave up a leadoff walk, a flyout, a strikeout, and then the strikeout victim, Kyle Cunningham, was called for interference on the would-be throw to second base to catch the runner stealing, and there's your 3 outs. Matt Mundorf will be the batter, and he takes that one outside, and we will welcome in Mike Babuski. Mike, welcome to the broadcast here for inning number 4.
Hey, thanks a lot, Dave. And I got to say, I just came from a retirement party from an employee, Dave, Nancy Maneri. He's been working in the bursar's office since 1983.
Wow.
And retired last month, and we had a party for her today, and it was very nice. And she was a very nice lady and a good employee, and we're going to definitely miss her.
Yeah. So. Let's see if my math is right, Mike. 17, right, gets us to 2000, and another 19. 36 years of service. That's pretty darn good.
36 years, yeah. Dave. That's a long time.
Yeah.
But it's great to be here, and it's a great game. And, the Dolphins have been playing really good baseball of late, Dave, and they, couldn't have picked a better time to start playing well.
And that one goes behind Mundorf. I don't know if that caught a piece of him. It did not. At least he doesn't look like it. It did, so he'll have a 2-1 count here. Mundorf today singled, stole a base, RBI. He's going to, I believe this count is 2-1, but we'll see here. A big swing and a miss, so DeCelie gets back that second strike. And there's a big swing and a miss, strike 3. So for Joe DeCelie, that will be strikeout number 5 for the big guy. And the Dolphins have registered another out, and it's the 5th straight out recorded by DeCelie.
Dave, Dolphins got off to a little bit of a slow start. DeCelie did in that first inning, but, since that time he's really pitched well. And, Dolphins have done a great job getting themselves right back in this game.
So that will bring up Joshua Caslow. Caslow struck out his first time up. He was the first strikeout victim for DeCelie, and obviously he's now worked that number up to 5. And that one is up high for a call strike, 1-1. Caslow ended the first inning of play, the 2-run first inning, as DeCelie delivers high for a ball, 2-1.
Dave, this is a Merchant Marine Academy team that's played really well all year. 22-9 on the year, including 12-4 in the tough Skyline Conference, and they've been coming and playing very well in 2019.
Yep, and as we see one down low for a ball, as we mentioned in the pregame too, they're looking to stay undefeated in the CUNY. They beat Baruch College earlier this season, and they beat John Jay College as well. And now looking to make it 3 for 3 as they face their 3rd CUNY team of the season. There's a big swing and a miss, strike 2.
Then, you look at this Merchant Marine Academy lineup, Dave, and, they've done a good job, and they have a great team batting average at .338, but not a lot of power, just 64 doubles and 1 homer on the year.
Ooh, and that one really gets away from DeCelie, so Caslow will earn on via the walk. That is the 3rd walk issued by DeCelie, and as we said coming into the game, that was the big tell for Joe DeCelie, is can he keep his control under control? And when he does, it usually means great things for the Dolphins, and sometimes he's been guilty of losing a few batters. This is Tyler Mowry now. Mowry struck out looking his first time up. That was to lead off the second. Runner goes, throw over to second on a bounce, not in time. And safe on the play is Koslow, so he gets into scoring position now.
That's his first stolen base of the year. This is a team that runs a lot, Dave. Now 75 for 95 on the year in stolen bases.
Yeah, so percentage up near 77, 78%. Product of teams that don't really hit for power much and work their way around the base pads. We saw that in the first inning for this team as DeCilli drops one in low for a ball, 1-1. USMMA with 3 singles in the first inning, and they manufactured 2 runs off those singles. They added a stolen base. One of those singles was a bunt single, so a little small ball for USMMA. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and that is dribbled weakly towards short. Ciancio fields, makes the throw to first in time, and there's 2 away as Koslow goes from second to third.
Yeah, so Koslow aggressive on the base pads, Dave, after stealing second, and the Dolphins take the shore out at first. So now 2 out and 1 on for the Merchant Marine Academy.
Yeah, and this will bring up the catcher, Riley Cherry, who was DeCilli's 3rd strikeout victim. He struck out swinging back in the second. There's the pitch well high for a ball.
Cherry coming in, Dave, batting .360 on the year, 9 of 25, 3 doubles, a triple, and 8 RBIs.
And DeCilli has gone 11 batters without giving up a hit in the game. He has walked 3 over that stretch. That's been the trouble. The count goes to 2-0 now on Cherry, who represents batter number 8 in the order for the Mariners. Both of these teams coming off of a loss, looking to get back in the win column. Here's the pitch. Ooh, and that one just drops ahead of Cherry. 3-0 count now. DeCilli really reaching back. He's, I think, easily CSI's hardest throwing pitcher, but again, the control has been the issue, but there aren't many Division III players who are going to hit that ball. Here's the 3-0. Well high and inside. Ball 4. And that's the 4th walk issued by DeCilli today, the 2nd in this inning.
Yeah, and DeCilli, I'm sorry, Dave.
No, go ahead.
DeCilli very upset, but you know, he's been very wild, and you know, it must be really tough, Dave, as a right-handed batter. You know, stepping into the box there, you know, and you know that he's just coming out and throwing hard and trying to throw strikes, but you know, he has been a little bit out of control outside the strike zone. So the coach is going to go out and have a little bit of a word with him.
Yeah, so that's Pat Daddio, the CSI pitching coach, coming out and trying to settle down Joe DeCilli, and it's tough for the CSI defense and DeCilli when you really haven't given up a hit since the first inning, and yet you're in trouble here due to the bases on balls. Now runners at first and third with 2 out, and Colin Baker will be the batter. Baker, his first at-bat was DeCilli's first walk of the game. So 12 straight batters have come up to the plate, and DeCilli has not given up a hit to any of them, but the 4 walks, the 2 in this inning, have represented a bit of trouble for him. And knowing how USMMA runs, they may try and draw a throw at second base with Cherry on the base paths. Cherry this season only has 1 stolen base in 1 attempt, but we'll see how they elect to play it. DeCilli looks over his left shoulder. He'll deliver an 0-1 to Baker. And he sees Cherry back. Koslow is at third. He walked, stole a base, and was advanced on the Mowry ground out. And, of course, Cherry's at first via the walk. Here's the pitch. Well inside for a ball, 1-1.
Yeah, you know, DeCilli really making things difficult for himself here so far this afternoon or tonight, I should say, Dave, and really pushing up his pitch count without giving up any hits, as you mentioned.
Yeah. And that one drops in there for a call, strike 2. And that's really been the book on DeCelie. Opponents batting just 141 against him for the season, but there's a reason why his ERA is up over 5, and it's because he's walked now 26 batters on the season. Here comes the pitch, 1-2, and it's swung on and fouled straight back.
Yeah, you know, that number is well over a walk-in inning, Dave, on the season. So, you know, that's certainly something that he's going to need to try to work on a little bit as we go down the stretch of the season here.
Yep. Now, for all the walks, DeCelie does have plenty of strikeouts. He's looking for one here. And that one's too high, and can't offer it. That one was Baker. So DeCelie with 5 strikeouts tonight brings his total up to 32 on the season in just over 20 innings of work. So you could do the math. Almost 1.5 strikeouts per inning for the young man. And big pitch here, payoff pitch upcoming with the top of the order on deck. Here's the pitch. Runner goes, and the ball is swung on and hit foul right behind us. And Baker will get another look. Baker walked his first time up, was stranded at first back in the top of the second inning. Voices rising up from the CSI dugout, looking to will their pitcher. There's the pitch up high, ball 4. And Joe DeCelie has walked the bases loaded in between a pair of outs. And now the bases are jammed for the top of the order, Garrett Eichley. The pitcher on the other side for USMMA looking to give himself some help. Give him a lead when he comes back up to pitch in his turn of the 4th inning.
Yeah, I wasn't sure he was going to get an opportunity to pitch here, Dave, but he's going to get a shot to work his way out of his own jam.
And that one is up high and outside for a ball. And Eichley today, a pair of ground outs. He grounded right back to DeCelie his first time up, and then grounded to Navertney his second time up at the plate. He will see a 1-0. Well high, outside ball 2, and that'll do it. I think we've seen the end of Joe DeCelie.
Yeah, it must be, Dave. That's the second visit. So.
Yeah, and it is Morrow coming out, and he's usually the one to motion to the bullpen, and he does. I think it'll be Michael Lenahan who comes in. We'll see. In any event, we will step aside, take a break. We'll get you the pitching change right after this commercial break. It's the College of Staten Island 2, USMMA 2 in the top of the 4th, and USMMA threatening. Stay with us.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? You know you do. That's why we're here. We're free and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Picking a college, man. You and us. Go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos. Go to GetSchooled.com.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back to the CSI Baseball Complex. It will be Michael Lenahan who will get the call here with 2 out in the top of the 4th inning. He will be in the middle of a pitch count, too, here. The count is 2-0 on Garrett Eichley.
Let's see if we can get his numbers for you really quick, Dave. He's coming in to the season with a 0-2 record, a 9.95 ERA on the year, and he's allowed 17 hits in 12 2/3 innings, walked 11, and struck out 10 so far. So looking to get the final out here, Dave, in the top of the fourth.
Yeah, with Lenahan, it's been a little bit of feast and famine. When he's been good, he's looked real good, and when he's struggled mightily at times, and now he's down 3-0 on Eichley. So talk about a tough spot here. Bases loaded in a tie game. It's still early, but the young freshman handed a 2-0 count, and now, after one pitch, has to somehow deliver 3 strikes to one of the best hitters in Division III baseball, and he plunks Eichley. And so Eichley, the pitcher of record for the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy, has the go-ahead RBI here, as coming in to score is Koslow. And now Cherry at third, Baker at second, Eichley at first, and the batter will be Reinbold. And Reinbold now batting .430 this season.
And the Dolphins really just hurting themselves. They've, walks and hit batsmen. There's no defense for that. And the Merchant Marine Academy has gone up by a run.
Reassume the lead here as Lenahan delivers outside for a ball, 1-0. So the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy, without the benefits of a hit in this inning, have a run in and the bases loaded here with 2 out. And that one is skied in the air, foul territory. That's trailing well foul and into the stands.
Reinbold 0 for 1, Dave, on the afternoon. He walked in the second.
Yeah, he popped out to second base his first time up. There's the pitch. Drops low for a ball. 2-1. No other arms warming up in the bullpens, in the bullpen for the Dolphins. There are a lot of players at work over at USMMA's camp. The pitch, well outside, ball 3, so 3-1. Nowhere to put Jesse Reinbold. So Eichley, the previous batter, batting .381 this season. Reinbold batting .430 with 29 RBI, looking to improve on that. And that one's down low, ball 4. So the Dolphins have hit a batter with the bases loaded and have now walked a batter with the bases loaded, and they're down 4-2. As coming into score is Riley Cherry for the first time today. Baker at third, Eichley at second, Reinbold at first, and Altieri will be the batter. Altieri bunted for a single back in the first and scored, and then flied out to center field his last time up. And he fouls that one off first pitch.
And, it must be driving pitching coach Pat Daddio crazy watching these pitches go out, all over the places. These pitchers have really struggled with their control here in the last couple of innings for the Dolphins.
Yeah, the Dolphins have walked 6 batters in the game. They've hit a batter in the game. They have 1 error in the game. And they've only surrendered 3 hits, but they've been doubled up in the scoreboard now, 4-2, after coming back to tie the game at 2. A 1-1 pitch upcoming, lefty versus lefty. Swung on and hit straight down first base. It's a screamer. Lozada's going to take it himself. He makes the play, steps on the bag for the final out, and the Dolphins are out of the jam, but not before they surrender 2 runs without the benefits of a hit. And at the end of 3 1/2 innings of play, it's the USMMA 4 and the College of Staten Island 2. Stay with us. You're watching CSI Baseball right here on CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, And now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Listen to me. I am captain of the track team. And if I'm late,
She doesn't really think she's going to get out of here, does she?
be nice. She's new. Hello, is anyone there? Ugh!
Wow. Even from our standards, you look awful.
Oh, sweetie, what happened? Me? My friend Becky got to talk to this super cute boy, and I tried to act like I wasn't jealous, but I so totally was. And then out of nowhere, this concrete barrier just popped up. Maybe it was a semi.
You mean you were driving?
Yeah. I mean, I know the whole eyes on the road thing, but this was a super important text. Maybe you have to know, Becky.
Texting? Great.
But it was only like 5 seconds, and I'm a really, really fast texter, so it wasn't even a big deal. Actually, has she texted me back yet? Wow, I get like no bars in this place. I wonder if they have Wi-Fi here.
Welcome back to the CSI Baseball Complex. We've got a new pitcher in the game. It will be number 17, Garrick Colorado. Colorado making his 9th appearance, Mike, and you'll give us the line.
Yeah, he's coming in, Dave, with an 0-run record, a 3.86 ERA in 11 2/3 innings. He's allowed 8 hits, 5 runs, all earned, walked 9, struck out 15. He's allowed only 2 extra base hits on the year, a double and a homer, and opposing teams are batting .195 against Garrett on the season.
And there's a first pitch swinging, and that one is in the air and will drop and get past Reinbold briefly. Coming into second base, standing up will be Anthony Lozada. His hot bat continues. It's a stand-up double to lead things off against the new pitcher, Colorado. And that will bring up Michael Crocco now with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, Lozada didn't waste any time, Dave, getting his first hit of the night, driving that one the opposite way into right center field. A diving attempt out there, but not to be. So the Dolphins now have the tying run up at the plate with no out here in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, nice start against the relief pitcher, Garrick Colorado. And that'll bring up Michael Crocco. Crocco today is 1 for 1. He singled and registered an RBI back in the second inning for the Dolphins. He raced in Anthony DeMarco, who had walked and was advanced to second via a balk in that inning. And that one is fisted up in the air. That is going to hit some real estate and get in there. And then overrunning it is Koslow. It gets well behind him. Coming in to score easily will be Lozada. That'll be a base hit and an error on the left fielder, Koslow. It brings in Lozada from second. It's a 4-3 game.
Yeah, you know, Dave, that one, you couldn't have thrown it in a better spot if you're a Dolphin, as that ball went in between short and third, out into the outfield. And then, you know, just a tough play out there that time by the left fielder, who really didn't make a good play on the ball that time, as Koslow came in and just overran it. So the Dolphins get a run. I don't think there'll be an RBI on it, but they're 1 run closer at 4-3.
Yeah, certainly no RBI on that play. And it will be Ciancio who will be the batter now in a 1-0 count.
And a swing and a miss on that one, Dave. But, you know, Dolphins coming right back, and, you know, they've hit the ball well tonight, and they could just get the pitching under control a little bit. They should find themselves in a good position here this evening.
All right, so now the 1-run game. Runner at second. That's Ciancio putting one through the right side. That'll get into real estate for a base hit, and that'll put runners at the corners. That will turn Lozada's run into an earned run. And coming into third will be Crocco.
You know, Dave, you look at the stat sheet on the season, and the Merchant Marine Academy only committing 37 errors on the year in 31 games, but a couple of tough plays for them here in this inning, Dave, is, you know, one play out in left field where the ball went past Koslow, and, you know, even that ground ball to the right side, it would have taken a good play, but the ball might have been reachable, or at least maybe at least knock it down.
So now runners at the corner still, nobody out. Nick Falcone will be the batter. He has struck out twice in the game, once swinging, once looking. He takes the first down low and in the dirt for a ball, 1-0, as that time Cherry did a nice job of keeping that one in front of him, keeping Crocco planted at third base. Dolphins have a lot of speed on the base paths. Down low again, skips up on Cherry, and the count will be 2-0. It's nice to see, Mike, apart from the leadoff double, the first-year faces of this Dolphins team really coming through the bottom of the order. Crocco with a base hit, Ciancia with a base hit, and now Falcone in a big spot.
Then, you know, Falcone batting over 330 coming into the game, so he's had a really good freshman year.
Yeah, that was a little outside, but hit the outside corner for a strike, 2-1. And that one is ripped foul, first base side.
You know, this Dolphin team has been pretty effective offensively all year long, Dave, coming in with an on-base percentage as a team over 400 on the year and a team batting average of 325. So they've been playing pretty well offensively in most games.
And that one is fisted. Will it make it to the outfield? It will. Another base hit. That will score Crocco. Dolphins' fourth straight hit to open up the bottom of the fourth. That one was blooped into right field. Falcone with an RBI single. Crocco scores for the first time today. And just like that, the Dolphins have tied things up. It's 4-4.
Yeah, Colorado has come in, and he hasn't been able to get an out yet, Dave. And, you know, you look at the stat sheet, and he's allowed a few hits. But, you know, he hasn't really been hit that hard. It's been a bleeder through the left side of the infield and a bloop out to right field on that last one. And, you know, Dolphins doing a good job here, getting themselves right back in the game and taking the lead. But Colorado sure hasn't pitched in any luck either.
And now it's Jet Navertny who takes a first pitch strike as that one bent Navertny at the knees. Navertny is 1 for 1. He singled up the middle, was caught stealing, and he walked, stole a base, and scored in the third. Looked to bunt. He does make contact, but the ball is fouled off the plate. So the count will quickly be 0-2 on Navertny.
You know, Jet batting over 400 on the year, Dave, coming in at 410, leading the team in average slugging percentage at 610 and on-base percentage at 44%.
And RBI as well, too, Mike, with 22. And he has 7 triples, which is 2 off the all-time CSI record in a single season with 9. The national leader has 10, so he's up there as well in that category. Making some good things happen in his junior season. Has already eclipsed the 100 hit total in his career. Big spot here against Colorado. And that one's well outside for a ball. A waste pitch there for Garrick, and it's 1-2 the count. Dolphins have come back twice to tie. They were down 2-0. Scored single runs in the second and third and fell behind 4-2 in the top of the fourth and have come back to tie. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Navertny is out on strikes. First out registered by Garrick Colorado here in the bottom of the fourth. And that'll bring up Dominic Castiglione. Castiglione was the 5th strikeout victim for Eichley, the starter. In his only countable at bat, he did walk his first time up. So he's officially 0 for 1 on the evening. Castiglione, righty versus righty here, and we have a timeout here as Castiglione asks for a moment. Steps out of the box, steps back in.
You know, Castiglione, one of those first-year freshman players you were talking about, Dave, coming in batting .360 on the year. Another freshman off to a great start as a CSI Dolphin.
Yeah, he is officially a transfer student, Mike, but did not play, a mid-year freshman transfer for the Dolphins. And that one is roped into right field on a line. It is caught there by Mowry. And so the Dolphins will be down to their final out here in the fourth. Nick Miola will be the last hope here for the Dolphins.
And that was probably the hardest hit ball of the inning for the Dolphins, Dave, and it results in the first out for CSI.
Yeah, really, apart from the leadoff double by Lozada, nothing hit particularly hard, but in places where fielders were not. Miola is 0 for 2. He struck out swinging and flied out to right his first time up, and backhanding it is Cherry. The throw to third, not in time, as that one got away. Holding at first was Falcone. Ciancio was able to take third.
Yeah, and that was a good bit of base running there by Ciancio to get himself down to third base. So now Dolphins with runners on the corners.
One and 0 the count will be to Miola, as that one was well outside. That was listed as a wild pitch. It did take Cherry really all the way off the plate, as that one is fouled straight back for a strike. I was wondering if that was going to be ruled a pass ball or a wild pitch, but it was ruled a wild pitch, so the count will be 1 and 1 to Miola, with Ciancio just one batter away. Or one base away, I should say. And that one is dribbled right back to Colorado. He makes the throw over to first in time for the final out. So after surrendering 4 straight hits, Garrick Colorado is able to register 3 straight outs, keeps the Dolphins off the scoreboard further, but the Dolphins do tie the game with 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning, and we head to the 5th in a tie game. It's the United States Merchant Marine Academy 4 and the College of Staten Island Dolphins 4. Stay with us. You're watching CSI Baseball on CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com.
Do you want to retire like a champ? Just like legendary basketball star Uncle Drew?
Don't do it like that, Uncle Drew!
You're already acing the game. You've got your dream ride.
Don't be slamming my door.
Sorry about that.
You just did the same.
Gotta get the boys. Your dream vacation and your dream team. And now you can make your retirement just as legendary.
I get buckets.
Get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
First time I tried Vicodin, it was laying around my mom's house. And then I kept taking them whenever I could get them. I didn't know they'd be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
Welcome back to the CSI Baseball Complex. The Dolphins have come from behind twice in this game, down by 2 runs. They fell behind 2-0 in the first, came back to tie things up at 2-2 before USMMA took a 4-2 lead in the top of the 4th, but the Dolphins came right back, scored 2 in their turn of the 4th, and we are tied at 4 here after 4.
Yeah, you know, it was a good back and forth inning. The Merchant Marine Academy picked up a couple of runs without the benefit of a base hit. In their half, the Dolphins came out with their hitting shoes on in the bottom half of the 4th, picking up a couple of runs. So we'll go into the 5th, Dave, tied at 4.
Tied at 4 in a good one, as the Mariners will bring up their 4, 5, 6 hitters. And there's a big swing and a miss for Kyle Cunningham. Cunningham 1 for 2. He singled to right field and scored in the first, and he struck out swinging to end the 3rd. Facing Lenahan for the first time, big swing and a miss, strike 2. Lenahan came on with the bases loaded Last inning, he hit a batter, walked a batter, and then was able to wiggle out of the inning by inducing a ground ball to first. Was not responsible for either run. Those runs will be charged to the starter, Joseph DeCelie. Both starters will leave this one with no decisions. Eichley for USMMA, DeCelie for Staten Island. 1-2 upcoming here to Cunningham. The lefty deals. That's too low for a ball, 2-2.
Yeah, and, Lenahan, another freshman player, Dave. Dolphins have a lot of freshman players getting a lot of responsibilities put on their shoulders here. And, Lenahan coming out here for his second inning, looking to see if he can get his control a little bit finer here in his second inning of work.
Yeah, and he's at risk here of losing Cunningham after getting ahead. Now he'll have to make a big payoff pitch here with the bases clear. 3-2 pitch upcoming against the big right-handed hitter. Swing and just getting a piece of it was Cunningham. So the count will remain at 3-2. Bigger picture, this game really doesn't mean much for either team. Of course, the ones that matter are going to be next weekend for the Dolphins. They play John Jay on Friday of next week, and then a doubleheader against John Jay on Saturday of next week. 3 enormous games for the Dolphins. The Dolphins, as after this pitch, we'll talk about it as striking out for the second time is Cunningham. So he's out on strikes here to start the 5th inning, and that'll bring up Matt Mundorf. Mundorf 1 for 2. He has singled and struck out in this one. But, Mike, we mentioned the games next weekend. Enormous for the Dolphins, but they'll still need help along the way.
Yeah, Dave, though, but at least now with their 4-game conference winning streak, they've put themselves in a position where they have a shot. And, you look at the schedule, Dave, and you look ahead to April 26th where those first games against John Jay will take place, and you could figure that everything the coaches are doing, especially with the pitching staff, is going to be geared to get themselves ready for those games. And, they've turned their record around. They're now 5-4 in conference play.
As we have a base hit into right field in front of Miola for Mundorf, and he's on base representing a base runner here in the 5th for the Mariners.
And, all the Dolphins could do now, Dave, is get their record to 8-4.
Yeah, absolutely. That's job one without any question. And, the Dolphins should get some degree of help along the way. Baruch only has 3 games left against CCNY. Now, they could really use Baruch's help and hope that Baruch can defeat CCNY a couple of times. But if CCNY is able to sweep Baruch, then there's a chance that CSI can overtake Baruch in the standings, as difficult as that might be to believe. So CCNY also has a doubleheader. Another 3 games as well. So they have actually 3 games in hand from CSI. We'll look at this in between innings, Mike. We'll bring the standings up. We'll see who plays who, and we'll learn a lot more about where this conference tournament is headed, what direction. But you're right. It all starts next week, and the Dolphins have to help their own cause before anybody else can help them. Inside pitch will run the count to 2-0 now on Koslow. Koslow is 0 for 1 officially. He struck out his first time up, walked, stole a base, and scored in that 2-run top of the 4th for USMMA. A check back in at first base on Mundorf. He stays put.
Yeah, and Dave, you look back at the regular season in conference play for the Dolphins, and those 2 tough losses at Baruch, that 6-5, 2-0 doubleheader. So little margin for error within the conference now, and that was that big sweep was really 50% of their losses, and that was back on April 7th, and we'll see if the Dolphins could overcome it. And, everything really is based on losses with the disparity in games played. And you know what, with CCNY at 3 losses, and like you mentioned, an opportunity potentially for CCNY to open the door for the Dolphins to overtake them. We just know that so many crazy things will happen between now and the end of the regular season.
Yeah, and Dolphins will be big onlookers this weekend as CCNY and Baruch will face head-to-head. And so by the time CSI does play John Jay next weekend, they'll know a lot more of what they have to do. Runner goes from first, and throwing it into the outfield on ball 4 was Sean Becker. And so now the runners will be on the corners with 1 out as Koslow earns on via the walk. It's the second time he's gotten on via walk. And on the stolen base and error, Mundorf will move over to third base.
Yeah, and it makes it tough when the team is struggling and giving up a lot of base on balls for everybody to stay sharp on the field. That time the ball gets thrown away, and the Merchant Marine Academy able to take another base. So they're threatening once again, and once again the Dolphins are making it tough on themselves.
Yeah, so there's a sure out at first base is registered. That was close, but the Dolphins do get the out, but do concede the lead for the third time in the game, and so taking the lead is Merchant Marine, now 5-4.
Yeah, so a nice play that time by the Merchant Marine Academy, and they push across the go-ahead run, and they now have a 5-4 lead on the Dolphins.
There's a big swing and a miss, strike 1, as Lenahan tries to get himself back on point here. Dolphins have trailed 2-0, 4-2, and now 5-4 in the game after tying the game a couple of times.
We should mention, Dave, next Tuesday night, Grace Hillary Breast Cancer Awareness Night.
There's one that's skied into right field. That'll hit real estate. Another run will score. And a base hit on the bloop single. RBI by Cherry scores another run.
And, last year, Dave, we actually didn't have a chance to have the game. We just couldn't get it in. It kept getting postponed and postponed and postponed, and ultimately had to be canceled. And hopefully we'll have a lot better luck this year, Dave.
Yeah, we hope the rains will stay away, although we do expect rains in the forecast at least this weekend and possibly at the top of next week. But it's a night that we certainly missed doing last year. It's one of our most successful nights, but Mother Nature really had other plans. No matter how many times we rescheduled that game, just wasn't going to happen. So with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th, Dolphins looking to stop the bleeding here with 2 runs already in. At first base is Cherry via the RBI base hit.
Yeah, and what happened to Michael on that last sequence, Dave, is the base on balls, he just gives up a little bloop hit, and it comes back to hurt you because of the extra base runners allowed.
So Lenahan will have a 2-1 pitch upcoming to Baker here. Baker has walked twice in the game. No official at-bats. Runner goes, swing and a miss. And in there with a stolen base is Cherry, so he puts himself in scoring position. The count will be 2-1 on Baker.
Lenahan's pitch count already over 30, Dave. So he's been out there throwing a lot of pitches, and DeCelie threw a lot of pitches as well. So
Dolphins do have a few folks out there in the bullpen area stretching, getting ready.
And Dave, when the Dolphins get into these essentially a playoff games for their last series of conference games, as that time the final out called, and not a happy reaction, Dave.
Yeah, Baker wanted walk number 3 for the game for him. Instead, the Dolphins do get out of the inning, but not before damage done. Merchant Marines go up for the 3rd time in the game by a pair of runs. We are at the end of 4.5 innings of play. It's USMMA 6 and the College of Staten Island 4. Stay with us. You're watching CSI Baseball on CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com.
I got a crick in my neck, limp in my step, cramping in my muscles every time I try to flex. But I don't wanna get on. It's very sad when all that I could do was remember you. You know I usually say no, but if you throw me love, I'll throw you some more.
I'm very excited about this.
Welcome back to the CSI Baseball Complex. You see the standings on your screen. Mike and I were just talking about them moments ago, but Baruch and CSI have both played 9 games. The other 3 schools have only played 6, and they all trail the top 2 leaders in Baruch and CSI. And Mike, CSI is idle this week, but after this weekend, Baruch's season will be done as far as CUNY is concerned. They play CCNY in 3 games, and at the end of that 3-game set, we'll learn a lot more about how things shake out. If CCNY is able to sweep the series, if that is to happen, then CSI has a chance to literally jump over Baruch in the standings, but they'll need to sweep John Jay in order to do that. So just a lot of things going on here, but we'll learn a lot more once this weekend is in the books.
Yeah, and even John Jay, Dave, can't be counted out. Their record is only 2-4, but like we said, they only have 4 losses.
Right.
So it's all a matter of how many losses you end up with at the end of the regular season, and the teams are going to play 12 games apiece. And, the Dolphins absolutely need to win out. And, if they win out, I'm pretty comfortable, Dave, thinking that they're going to end up with one of those 2 positions.
Yeah, so if they win out, they would need Baruch to win at least 2 against CCNY, or CCNY to lose 2 games, either 1 to Baruch and 1 to Lehman. CCNY's 6 games, 3 of them against Baruch this weekend, and then they'll finish up next weekend against Lehman College. So they'll need CCNY to drop at least a couple, because remember, Mike, CCNY and Baruch both own the season series with the Dolphins. So Dolphins can't afford to be tied with anybody either when the season's done, because they would lose those tiebreakers. That one is grounded over to short. The throw to first is in time, and there's one away as Becker's retired.
Yeah, Becker now 1 for 3 on the night, Dave, with an RBI.
Yeah, so that'll bring up DeMarco. DeMarco looking for his first hit of the game. He is 0 for 1 officially. He did walk and score back in the second, but he popped up to second his last time up. Garrett Colorado working in his second full inning. He is, at this point, the pitcher of record for USMMA. Lenahan, the pitcher of record for the Dolphins. A 1-0 upcoming to DeMarco as the Dolphins look to cut into a USMMA lead for the 3rd time today. They fell behind 2-0 and 4-2, and now are down 6-4.
And the Dolphins out hitting the Merchant Marine Academy 7-4 so far tonight, but Merchant Academy with a 2-run lead.
Yep, and that's of course thanks largely to, I believe we counted 7 walks for the Dolphins this afternoon, and a hits batter as well. DeMarco makes contact and fouls that one straight back to stay alive in the count 1-2.
And, the Dolphins trying to round themselves out and get themselves ready to defend their CUNYAC championships, Dave. And, we kind of just gotten used to them over the last few years. And, they've come in all shapes and sizes, and they've been in crazy ways. But they've always managed to find a way to get there, and you just have a feeling that ultimately they're going to figure out a way to get there again.
Yeah, and certainly they like their chances coming out of a 4-game win streak in the CUNY. I mean, when they started the season 1-4 in the CUNY, things looked pretty ominous. But 4 straight wins will bring a lot of swagger back. As we got Anthony Lozada up. Lozada is 1 for 2 officially. He struck out looking, and he doubled and started that 2-run 4th inning for the Dolphins. That one is in the dirt. Ball 1-1-1. Lozada's been really hitting the ball well as of late. He's up over 350 coming into this game and added his 3rd double of the season.
Hey, David, the Dolphins with already 11 home runs as a team, and trying to think back, it's been a while since they had that many, and have shown power. And again, as we've watched this team play, they do enough offensively. It's just some of the other things that they need to do to help propel them back into the championship picture.
Yeah, one of the things the Dolphins have been doing well in recent seasons has been fielding, and that's one of the things that has really hindered them this season is they haven't had a really good season fielding the ball, and that'll happen when you have a lot of first-year faces as well. So a 2-2 pitch here for Anthony Lozada. He fouls that one straight back. Dolphins' all-time high for home runs in a season was 45 back in 1997. But there have been seasons when they've had none. As early as 2014, 5 years ago, the Dolphins didn't register a single one. That one is skied straight up in the air, but it is drifting foul, and it will make it there into the stands. And so Lozada stays alive in the count. It'll be 2-2. Nobody on here. The Dolphins looking to avoid what it would be their first 1-2-3 inning of the evening.
And Colorado trying to settle down after a little bit of a shaky start in the 4th. 1 pitch away.
There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. So the Dolphins are down 1-2-3 for the first time in the ball game. And at the end of 5 complete innings of play, it will be USMMA 6 and the College of Staten Island 4. Stay with us. You're watching CSI Baseball on CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com.
Mom.
Dear.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke.
I'm Paul George, and I want you to spot a stroke fast.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911.
Protect the ones you love.
Spot a stroke fast.
Now we get set for the 6th inning of play from the CSI Baseball Complex, the College of Staten Island. Down by 2 are looking to keep the USMMA Mariners at bay, and they will bring on a new pitcher. This is Danny Garcia, who will come in to pitch the 6th inning.
And Danny Garcia, another one of those freshman players that we've been talking about all night. He's going to come in tonight, make his 7th appearance of the year. He's had 2 starts. He's coming in with a record of 1-2, an 11.85 ERA on the year. In 13 2/3 innings, he's allowed 24 hits, 19 runs, 18 earned. He's walked 8 and struck out 7, and opponents are batting .381. So a little bit of a shaky start for Garcia, Dave. We've seen it from a lot of freshman pitchers coming out of college, coming out of high school as they look to navigate their way through the Division III schedule.
Yeah, without question. He's also hit a couple of batters this season. He's thrown 3 wild pitches. So Danny looking to get himself in order as well. And before the season started, when we spoke to head coach Mike Morrow, he was very high on Daniel Garcia as being a very important part of the future of CSI baseball. And he delivers a first pitch strike here to the top of the order. I believe that's still Garrett Eichley.
It is.
It is. Eichley remains in the game as a designated hitter. That's how that works. And he'll have an 0-2 count against Garcia. Good sign for Garcia throwing strikes here early. There's a check swing, but got him looking. So on 3 pitches, Garcia registers 1 quick out.
Yeah, good start for Garcia, and looking to come out, hold this at a 2-run Marine Academy lead at 6-4 here in the 6th.
And that'll bring up Reinbold. Reinbold today looking for his first hit. He popped up to second, but he's had 2 consecutive walks. So nice for the on-base percentage, but Reinbold, who's got 52 hits this season, is looking for his first in this one.
Yeah, also picked up an RBI on one of those baseball balls, Dave.
And there's one that gets through the left side of the infield for a base hit. We were waiting for that one as Reinbold continues his hitting streak. And he's on base, representing the first base runner of this 6th inning, and it will bring up Vincenzo Altieri.
Yeah, and that's a nice job of hitting there by Reinbold, Dave. Not trying to do too much with the pitch. He saw that he had a lot of space in between short and third, and that's something that's kind of gone out of the game of baseball a little bit, especially at the major league level. But for a collegiate hitter, that's a good, solid piece of hitting the ball where the open space is and getting himself a 1-out single.
Altieri ducks out of the way of ball 1 on his at-bat. Altieri had a base hit his first time up via a bunt, and then he's since flied out to center and then grounded out to first base to end the 5th inning. And the 4th, I should say. He'll see a 1-0 pitch, and that one is golfed into left field, and moving to his right is Falcone, makes the catch, and there's 2 away here in the 6th.
Dave, why we have just a minute, just a little bit of a word about the women's softball team, who we've just not, unfortunately, had much of a chance to cover on Sportsnet so far this spring between the bad weather and just the lack of home games. And, the ladies are really also starting to play very well. And, there's no doubt that they're going to find themselves in the CUNYAC playoffs with an opportunity to defend their CUNYAC championship. And, right here on their home field, you really got to like the way they've been playing, and certainly like their chances in the 2019 tournament.
Sure, I think looking at how the conference is kind of setting itself up, you'd have to think the Dolphins are easily going to finish either 1-2, and no throw here in at second base to try and get Reinbold, as the count will be 2-0 upcoming to Cunningham. But the Dolphins should finish either 1-2 in the standings, Mike. That might even come down to a flip of the coin for all we know to determine playoff positioning. But Hunter and the College of Staten Island have clearly identified themselves as the top 2 teams in the CUNY Conference on the softball side. And one of the positives for the Dolphins, obviously, is that the postseason tournament is right here in Staten Island on their home field, really the showcase facility for the CUNY Conference. And that's something that the Dolphins have in their back pocket, whether they're the away team or the home team for that game. That's a nice perk for them.
Yeah, and the Dolphins and Hunter College, a rivalry that goes way back, Dave, and it should be an interesting series of games, and who knows what other surprises we might see.
Skied up to center, Castiglione makes the catch, and the Dolphins are out of a relatively eventful top of the 6th inning. They'll give their batters a turn here in the 6th, down by 2 runs at the end of 5.5. It's 6-4 in favor of the United States Merchant Marine Academy. Stay with us. You're watching CSI Baseball on CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com.
This is the story of a boy who was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
This is the story of a boy who was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding...
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? And you know you do. That's why we're here. We're free and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos. Go to GetSchooled.com.
Welcome back to the CSI Baseball Complex as we get set for the bottom of the 6th inning. The United States Merchant Marine Academy will bring in their 3rd arm of the game. We have a new pitcher, Mike.
Yeah, Billy Todd, the freshman left-hander, will come on to pitch for the Merchant Marine Academy. Todd is going to make his 13th appearance of the year. All relief appearances, coming in with a 0-0 record, but a 2.57 ERA. In 14 innings, he's allowed 17 hits, 11 runs, but just 4 earned. He's walked 9 and struck out 7. Opponents are batting just .293 on the year from him against him, Dave. But like a lot of freshman lefties, struggling a little bit on the control side.
Yeah, he's got 5 wild pitches. No, I'm sorry, that's 3 wild pitches. He's hit a couple of batters as well. So he will start by facing a lefty in Michael Crocco. Crocco's having himself a very nice evening. He's 2 for 2. A couple of base hits. He's scored a run. He's registered an RBI in the game, and he's now getting up for the 3rd time today, looking to give the Dolphins a start. In fact, the bottom of the CSI order has done very well tonight. Lozada's 1 for 3 with a double, and Crocco 2 for 2. Ciancio's 1 for 1 with a walk as well. So been on base 5 of their 7 at-bats. And as a group, they're 4 for 6 on the day. Crocco will see a 1-0 pitch. And that one skips in the dirt outside. So the count will go to 2-0 as Todd missing wildly on the first 2 pitches he's thrown. And that one hits the outside corner for a strike, 2-1.
Yeah, good 2-0 pitch that time by the freshman.
Well outside, ball 3. A 3-1 pitch upcoming here for Todd. And that one's offered at and fouled off. Third base side by Crocco. Ciancio's on deck swinging the bat. He's 1 for 1 officially. He's walked, singled, and scored back in the 4th. 3-2 outside for a ball 4. So Crocco earns on via the walk. He's on base for the 3rd consecutive time in the game. And Michael Ciancio, another first-year face for the Dolphins, has been playing a lot of the designated hitter position. Tonight is at shortstop with the absence of Andrew Nathan. And Crocco at first base. He's got plenty of speed there. And Ciancio the batter. In a 2-run game, here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss for Ciancio.
Yeah, so a good start here, Dave, to the bottom of the sixth for the Dolphins as they get that leadoff runner on. Let's see if they can do a little bit more damage.
It'll be an 0-1 here. Ciancio squares up to bunt. They may try and get the force out at second. They do. And so Ciancio's straight ahead bunt really doesn't work out for the Dolphins. A failed sack attempt. So fielder's choice bunt scratches Crocco at second. So Ciancio takes his place at first. And it will be Nick Falcone, the batter. Falcone redeemed himself after a couple of strikeouts in his first two at-bats. He came up with a nice base hit RBI back in the fourth inning. And he gets hit right in the small of the back. And he will get a free pass to first base as the Dolphins now have first and second with one out.
Yeah, and you know, Dave, you mentioned prior to the start of the inning that Todd has struggled hitting batters, and he hits another one there. And, you know, just like that, the Dolphins have the tying runs on base with just one out.
And Navertny, who's 1 for 2 today, has a chance now with 2 runners on base and 1 out. He represents the go-ahead run at the plate in this 6-4 game. Here's the pitch, and that one is fouled straight back. Navertny singled his first time up, was scratched out via a pickoff, and then he walked, stole a base, and scored. And in his last at-bat, he struck out swinging. Todd looks over his left shoulder at Ciancio, now peers in to get his call for the pitch. The wind-up, the delivery well inside. Navertny wiggles his hips out of the way there, and we'll see the count go to 1-1. Dominic Castellone is on deck. He's looking for his first hit of the game. Dolphins are out hitting the Mariners 7-6 in this one. Todd now deals, and that one's cut on and hit straight up in the air. It's definitely foul territory, but getting a beat on it and making the catch is Cherry, who's played a very good catcher all game, and that gives the Dolphins 2 outs. They're down to their final opportunity here in Dominic Castiglione.
Yeah, and, you know, you can't underestimate what a good play that is by the catcher Cherry on that play, Dave. And, you know, we've seen catchers struggle here at the CSI Baseball Complex with that play all season long, and Cherry got a good beat on that one and made it look easy.
And with Castiglione up, USMMA wants to talk things over here with a visit to the mound. There were a couple of arms getting loose there in the USMMA bullpen, and this might just be some strategy work here, perhaps recognizing that the Dolphins might be running here with 2 out. Ciancio is the runner at second. He's got a lot of speed there. Falcone is probably CSI's fastest player at first base, so anything hit in the gap or any kind of long base hit here has the potential to score a couple of runs, and that might be the reason here for the visit to the mound, making sure cutoffs are met, etc. Castiglione is the batter, and talk about a guy who's due. He walked, struck out, and flied out to right field his last time up. Castiglione coming into the evening batting .360 with 17 RBI. Todd will deliver well inside for a ball.
Yeah, so Todd falls behind 1-0, so puts Castiglione in a good hitting position here for the second pitch.
Another long look at second base by Todd. Now centers, and that one's fouled off. Something about night games, Mike, they take a long time to get played at the College of Staten Island. We've reached 2 hours and 20 minutes. Yesterday's game at CSI between the Dolphins of CSI and the Dolphins of Mount St. Vincent, 2 hours on the button, a 9-inning game. Very, very quick moving. And that one is fisted over to short. It will be a long throw over to first in time to Altieri. And the Dolphins are out, and they squander 2 base runners in the bottom half of the 6th. No runs come across, and we go to the late innings here from the CSI Baseball Complex. We are through 6, and the Dolphins are down 6-4. Stay with us. You're watching CSI Baseball right here on CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com.
You make me wear my bike helmet.
Taught me never to run with scissors.
You tell me to stay away from drugs. To always buckle my seatbelt.
And to follow the swimming rules.
You're always looking out for me and trying to keep me safe.
So why do you keep a loaded gun in your drawer? Here in the garage.
Closet? Shoebox under the bed. Where anyone can get to it. How safe is that?
How safe is that?
How safe is that?
You asked them to follow some safety rules. Now they're asking you. In fact, they're counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. If you own a firearm and are not using it, please be responsible and be sure that it's stored in a safe place. Remember, always, lock it up. For more information on firearm storage safety, visit ncpc.org.
You make me wear my bike helmet.
Taught me never.
Welcome back to the CSI Baseball Complex. The Dolphins' mission in the 7th, much like it was in the 6th, keep USMMA off the scoreboard. They're down by 2. Dolphins have trailed 2-0, 4-2, and now 6-4. Dolphins have been able to tie the game on a couple of occasions. Matt Mundorf will be the batter here to lead off for USMMA here in the 7th. Mundorf is 2 for 3. He's got a pair of singles. He also struck out in the middle of those at-bats.
Garcia pitched himself a good inning in the 6th, Dave, looking to come back with another one here in the 7th.
Yeah, just yielded the seeing eye single to Reinbold. Other than that, was pretty effective and worked pretty quickly. Mundorf's base hits, 1 to left, 1 to right in this game. He does have a couple of stolen bases, too.
You know, Dave, Dolphins coming in with a record of 13-16, and, you know, this game ultimately won't have an effect on the conference standings, but you know this team wants to get over 20 wins and wants to finish over 500 on the year.
Yeah, as Garcia deals the second strike, and it's a good point. You know, Dolphins, you can probably count on one hand the amount of losing seasons they've had in the last 20, 25, 30 years. It just doesn't happen all that often. And, you know, a lot of teams, Mike, when they bring in 19 first-year faces, it's almost common knowledge that you're going to take your lumps, you're going to have a rebuilding year of sorts, but those years just don't seem to ever happen here. And, you know, it's one of the reasons why we're so spoiled. We say this a lot about basketball, and we say it about softball a lot, and, you know, even soccer's gotten to the point now where, you know, even when you bring in a lot of new faces, you're still doing a whole bunch of winning. And I'm sure that plays into the thoughts of the coaching staff and the players here as well. There's a tradition to be met and a standard to keep.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, Dave. And like we said, Dolphins coming out and playing a tough non-conference team from the Skyline Conference and battling here in the 7th and looking to get themselves back into the dugout and back up to the plate.
So it'll be a full count pitch upcoming here to Mundorf. Is looking to get on base for the 3rd time today, and that one is spoiled foul, third base side. Koslow will be the batter on deck. He's 0 for 1 officially, but he's been on base twice via a pair of walks. Another 3-2 upcoming here from Garcia. Swung on and hit through the left side of the infield. That'll be a base hit. And standing up with his 3rd single of the game will be Matt Mundorf. And he's been active on the bases every time he's been up. And Joshua Koslow will be the batter. Koslow looking for his first hit. He struck out back in the first to end that inning, and he's since walked twice. He's got a stolen base. He's scored a couple of runs. So he, too, has been very active, rounding out the middle of the order for USMMA. Runner stays, and the bunt is fouled straight back.
Yeah, so the Merchant Marine Academy, Dave, up by just 2, looking to get that third run into scoring position, content with the sacrifice here in the top of the 7th. Let's see if they do it again on the second pitch.
Yeah, and the way they've been running the bases, too, a threat to get on base via the bunt. They do have a bunt single in the game as well. They were able to score on a bunt as well in the game. Cheating up is DeMarco at third base. Bunt put on, taken back, but taking a strike will be Koslow. So now he'll have to swing away here and protect at 0-2.
And Koslow coming in, batting just under a shade under 300 on the year. So, you know, he's shown an ability to hit.
And there's the check back at first on Mundorf. He's back in time. We've seen a lot of two-strike running here for USMMA as well. Wouldn't be surprised if Mundorf took off. Garcia looks over his left shoulder, now delivers, and that one is fouled straight back, and staying alive is Koslow.
Yeah, and, you know, Dave, of course, the advantage of, you know, managing with a 2-run lead is that it gives you the ability to take those kind of chances. Sure. And, you know, you still have that 2-run lead.
Garcia delivers, another one fouled straight back.
And good hitting by Koslow, making Garcia work here in the top half of the 7th.
And there's another check. That time sliding back. Not in time.
Yeah, and he really wasn't that far off the base, Dave, but it seemed to take him a while to dive back in.
Another 0-2 upcoming. And that one is ripped towards left on a line, and it is caught by Falcone. Looked like it jumped up and bit him there for a second, but he does make the grab cleanly. It obviously keeps Mundorf entrenched at first, and Tyler Mowry will be the batter. Mowry is officially 0 for 2. He does have a sack RBI in the game.
And, you know, Falcone stumbled a little bit out in left field on that play, Dave, but, you know, did a good job sticking with it. The ball was hit hard, and he was able to come down with it for the first out.
Yeah, good job by Koslow to defend on that at-bat after falling behind 0-2, spoiling one and then roping that one into left. Just right at Falcone, and taking a first pitch strike is Mowry. Mowry struck out looking and then grounded to short and then hit that bunt RBI that scored Mundorf. Another check back at first and getting away on the failed pickoff attempt. Moving into second base easily will be Mundorf. He never thought twice. He's going into third. He blazes in there. And a failed pickoff leads to a 2-base error. And now USMMA has run themselves into an opportunity here, 1 base away from taking a 3-run lead.
Yeah, and, you know, Garcia's coming out here in the 7th, David. He's pitching well, and you kind of hate to see it get away from him on a 2-base error on the play. And, you know, once again, Mundorf didn't look like he was that far off the base, Dave. And, you know, that time the errant pickoff throw, and now the Dolphins have to bring the infield in.
Yeah, have to protect here as that one goes upstairs for a ball on Mowry. So the count will go to 2-1.
And Mundorf getting his way on, Dave, doing what the Merchant Marine Academy's been doing all day, taking what the Dolphins pitcher give him, taking that opposite field single, and now finds himself on third base with one out.
And Garcia almost nailed Mowry with that pitch, so the count will go to 3-1. Big opportunity here for USMMA to take their first 3-run lead of the game. That one is skied straight up in the air. Middle of the infield near third base. And DeMarco makes the easy grab. And it'll be up to Cherry now, Mike, with 2 out.
Sorry, Dave. Big pitch that time by Garcia, a good pitch. And he gets the dangerous batter to pop up. And now with 2 out, the Dolphins could drop their infield back and just try to get themselves back into the dugout.
Yeah, Cherry's been a tough out, though. He did strike out his first time up, but he walked and scored his second time up and had an RBI base hit and a stolen base his last time up. So, and there's a rope down third base, but that'll be foul. So Cherry officially 1 for 2 on the afternoon, an RBI and a run scored. USMMA trying to win their first game here at Staten Island since 2011. Dolphins have won 4 straight home games against USMMA. And that one drops low for a ball, 1-1.
Yeah, it was a nice off-speed pitch that time by Garcia, but just a little bit low to even up the count.
So a 1-1 here to Cherry, and he ropes that one. That is going to be a foul ball. Foul ball that just got to the left of the third baseline. That had extra bases written all over it. Instead, a loud strike, and the count will go to 1-2 on Cherry, and Garcia 1 strike away from getting out of the 7th unscathed in his second inning of relief. The 1-2 from the right-hander is down low, just missing the strike zone. It'll be 2-2.
Yeah, Garcia picked up his second error of the season, Dave, on that throwing error. But like you mentioned, just 1 strike away from getting back into the dugout.
Garcia sets, and now the throw in, and that one is hit on a line towards short. Ciancio with the throw to first. It's in time, and Merchant Marines are retired. So Garcia gives up a hit. Dolphins have an error in the top of the 7th inning, but they do not yield a run. And at the end of 6.5 innings, it's time to get up and stretch. The Dolphins come to bat in the 7th. They are down by 2, 6-4. Stay with us. You're watching CSI Baseball on CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com.
Do you want to retire like a champ? Just like legendary basketball star Uncle Drew?
Don't do him like that, Uncle Drew!
You're already acing the game. You've got your dream ride.
Don't be slamming my door.
Sorry about that.
You just did the same. Gotta get the boys.
Your dream vacation and your dream team. And now you can make your retirement just as legendary.
I get buckets.
Get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
First time I tried Vicodin, it was laying around my mom's house. And then I kept taking them whenever I could get them. I didn't know they'd be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
Welcome back to the CSI Baseball Complex. The College of Staten Island down to their final 9 outs of this game. They trail by 2, and the United States Merchant Marine Academy will be sending in their 4th pitcher to get some work in. Mike, it is Quentin Heck.
Yeah, Quentin Heck, the sophomore right-hander, will come in to pitch for the USMMA. And looking at Quentin's stats on the year, he's got a record of 0-2, a 14.29 ERA in limited work, just 5 2/3 innings. He's allowed 13 hits, 9 runs, all earned, walked 4, struck out 2, and opponents are batting .448 on the year. So the sophomore right-hander's been struggling a little bit, Dave, and let's see if this opens the door for the Dolphins to come back here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Yeah, no doubt about it. USMMA head coach Michael Notebart putting his sophomore in a big spot here, trying to hang on to a 2-run lead. And he will face the heart of the order for the Dolphins, 4, 5, and 6. Miola has had a tough evening. He's 0 for 3. He's struck out, he's flied out, and he grounded out weakly to the pitcher his last time up to end the 4th inning. Dolphins have gone down in order in the 5th and yielded a base runner in the 6th. And that one is grounded weakly towards 3rd. Long throw on a hop and corralled nicely by Altieri off the throw by Cunningham, and there's one away.
Yeah, that was a good defensive play all the way around that time, Dave, by the USMMA. A nice play by Cunningham at 3rd, and a better scoop by Altieri. 1 up, 1 down for the Dolphins here in their half of the 7th.
So that'll bring up Sean Becker. Becker's 1 for 3. Couple of ground outs. Have sandwiched a RBI base hit to left field his 2nd time up. And he takes low for ball 1. Good confidence builder for Heck to get the Dolphins cleanup hitter to ground out to start this one. And Becker swings late on that one. Count runs even at 1-1.
Yeah, Heck's come out and done a pretty good job, Dave.
1-1, Joe.
He was able to, get the first out quickly, and now even in the count at 1-1.
And that one's up high. Count goes to 2-1. Both teams with 7 hits in the game, but the Dolphins trail by 2, 6-4. And Becker grounds that one to 2nd. Picked up easily, and the throw to 1st is in time. Baker to Altieri. And the Dolphins are down to their final out of the 7th.
Yeah, so the Dolphins with a couple of quick ground outs here in their half of the 7th inning. And, the at-bats have been pretty long here for much of the evening, Dave. But that's probably the quickest 2 outs that we've gotten so far here tonight.
Yeah, especially from the Dolphins these last few innings. It'll come down to the bat of Anthony DeMarco looking for his first hit of the evening. He's officially 0 for 2. He was on base via a walk and scored back in the 2nd inning. Since then, he's popped out to end the 3rd. And then in the 5th, he struck out looking. The 1-0 drops in there for a call, strike 1.
Yeah, DeMarco's average just 243 on the year, Dave. Started off slow, got hot, kind of slowed down a little bit.
Yep. And that one drops in for another ball. Ball 2. DeMarco's bases on balls earlier in the game was his 13th. That's 2nd highest on the Dolphins team. So he is, for the most part, a very patient hitter. He's going to take a 1-2 and offers at that one, and that one's roped into right field. Getting a good jump on it and making the catch is Mowry. So a very quick 1-2-3 7th inning for the CSI Dolphins, and at the end of 7 complete, the Dolphins continue to trail the United States Merchant Marine Academy 6-4. Stay with us. The 8th inning coming up next here from CSI Sportsnet and CSIDolphins.com.
This is why you took a second job. Why you taught yourself how to fix the plumbing. Why you'll do whatever it takes to keep your home. And that is why we want to help. We are making home affordable, a free government resource that can make paying the mortgage easier. Call 888-995-HOPE today.
Don't worry, the 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft. To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Welcome back to the CSI Baseball Complex. We are getting set for the final 2 innings of play here live from CSI. It's the United States Merchant Marine Academy hanging on to a 6-4 lead, a lead that they've had since the 5th inning of play. A scoreless 6th and a scoreless 7th have followed, and Daniel Garcia will make his 3rd trip to the mound for the Dolphins in this inning, getting set for his 3rd inning of work, and he'll face 9-1-2 in the order. And the count goes to 1-1 to start things off. Baker today, 0 for 1. He walked his first 2 at-bats, and he struck out looking to end the 5th.
Garcia's been very effective here in his first 2 innings of work for the Dolphins.
Nice confidence builder for him. Meanwhile, that one's roped into right field. Miola's there to make the catch. And after 3 pitches, the Dolphins have registered an out, and it'll be up to Garrett Eichley. Will have his turn up. This will be his 5th at-bat of the game. He is looking for his first hit officially. He's 0 for 3. Grounded out twice. Was hit by a pitch, RBI, and struck out looking. He was the first batter that Garcia faced and represents Garcia's lone strikeout in the game. That one misses up high, 2-0.
Yeah, that first pitch was awful close, Dave, and got called the ball, and Garcia missed with the second, so now finds himself down in the count 2-0.
And if you're the Dolphins down by 2, there's one that hits the outside of the strike zone for a strike, 2-1. Dolphins can ill afford to go down by any more runs here, as their bats have been really silenced since the 4th inning. And that one drops in there, curveball, strike 2, 2-2.
Yeah, that USMMA relief pitching, Dave. Colorado did a good job after a little bit of a shaky start, and then Todd came in, and now they've been getting good pitching as well. So they've really done a nice job stabilizing the middle of the game, as has Garcia for the Dolphins.
Yeah, his 2nd strikeout and his 2nd against Eichley. So now in the 8th inning, USMMA down to their final chance. It'll be Jesse Reinbold. Reinbold keeps his hitting streak alive. He had a base hit his last time up. He's been on base 3 out of 4 times today, but he's officially 1 for 2 at the plate. He's got a couple of walks as well. And that one is roped, and that should go potentially for an extra base. And Reinbold never thinks twice. He goes around first and is in there with a stand-up double to right center field. And with 2 outs, he gets the Merchant Marine Academy in business. And he's at second base, bringing up Vincenzo Altieri.
Yeah, Reinbold, you can see what a good hitter he is, Dave, and why he's batting over 400 on the season. And he really lashed that ball into the outfield. And a nice bit of hitting, and he shows a lot of speed, being able to get into second pretty easily on the play.
So Altieri's up. He's 1 for 4. And he takes that one. High strike, strike 1. Altieri bunted for a single back in the 1st inning. He scored. Flied out to center, grounded out to first, and flied out to left.
Another player batting over 400 on the year for the USMMA.
And that one is hit on a line towards first base. Fielded cleanly by Lozada. He steps on the bag and registers the 3rd out here in the top of the 8th. So the Dolphins, down to their final 6 outs, will get their hacks in the 8th. When we come back, it's USMMA 6 and the College of Staten Island 4. Stay with us. You're watching CSI Baseball on CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit And now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Listen to me. I am captain of the track team. And if I'm late,
She doesn't really think she's going to get out of here, does she?
Be nice. She's new.
Hello, is anyone there? Ugh!
Wow. Even from our standards, you look awful.
Oh, sweetie, what happened?
Me? My friend Becky got to talk to this super cute boy, and I tried to act like I wasn't jealous, but I so totally was. And then out of nowhere, this concrete barrier just popped up. Maybe it was a semi.
You mean you were driving?
Yeah. I mean, I know the whole eyes on the road thing, but this was a super important text. Maybe you have to know, Becky.
Texting? Great.
But it was only like 5 seconds, and I'm a really, really fast texter, so it wasn't even a big deal. Actually, has she texted me back yet? Wow, I get like no bars in this place. I wonder if they have Wi-Fi here.
Welcome back to the CSI Baseball Complex. The Mariners have made a couple of changes, Mike. We have a new right fielder in the game. That will be
Jacob Kelly.
Jacob Kelly, number 1, and we have a new pitcher.
Yes, Andrew Hunt's coming into the game, and he's coming in to shut the Dolphins down, Dave. And you look at his stats on the year, 5-0 on the year. This is his 11th appearance. They've all been in relief, a 1.66 ERA in 21 2/3 innings, just allowed 18 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, walked just 6. That's just 24 base runners in 21 1/3 innings for Hunt.
Yeah, and the United States Merchant Marine Academy as a team with 10 saves on the season, and this is another save opportunity, although they usually give the save opportunities to Cunningham, and that one is hit towards second. The throw to first is in time, as we had a failure of our camera to cooperate with us that time, but 1 out recorded as...
That was a really nice play by Peka, Dave.
It was,
going towards second base, and again coming up and making it look easy. And we mentioned earlier, Dave, that the Merchant Marine Academy really doesn't commit a lot of errors. They're barely over 1 a game, and they played well in the field so far here tonight. Other than that 4th inning, when the Dolphins were able to score a couple of runs.
Yeah, Koslow lost one in left field. That was their lone error. As there's another ball hit towards second. Baker fields a throw to first in time. And just like that, there were 2 away. The Dolphins are down to their final out of the 8th, and Ciancio will be the batter. So Crocco, for the first time, unable to get on base in his at-bat. And Ciancio, who's been on base all 3 times, he is 1 for 2. He got on via base on balls. He singled, and then he earned on via fielder's choice on a bunt attempt. And that one is fouled straight back.
Dave, Baker's had assists on 3 out of the last 4 Dolphin outs here for the USMMA, and he's made a couple of, not really flashy plays, but nice defensive plays for the Merchant Marine Academy.
Yeah, I thought the first hit by Lozada, once it went over the pitcher's glove, I thought that had single written all over it, but nice job by Baker not to give up on the play. Top of the order is on deck for the Dolphins. If Ciancio can't get on here, that'll be what the Mariners will face. And there's an 0-2 swing and a miss. Strike 3. That's about as quick a half inning as you will see. We head to the last and final inning. The CSI Dolphins trail USMMA 6-4. Stay with us. You're watching CSI Baseball right here on CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
This is why you took a second job. While you taught yourself how to fix the plumbing. While you'll do whatever it takes to keep your home. And that is why we want to help. We are making home affordable, a free government resource that can make paying the mortgage easier. Call 888-995-HOPE today.
Welcome back to the CSI Baseball Complex. The College of Staten Island will be down to their final 3 outs in the bottom of the ninth, but for now, the mission is to keep continue to keep USMMA off the scoreboard as they will bring up their 4, 5, and 6 hitters here in the top of the ninth inning, up by a couple of runs. Kyle Cunningham skies one straight up in the air. That is foul territory, and leaving your screen for the strike number 1. Now, be interesting to see if USMMA will pitch Cunningham in the bottom of the ninth. He's got 8 saves this season. That is a remarkably high number. I think CSI's career save leader might have 8 saves. I'll have to check on that, but he's got 8 this season, so wondering if they'll give him the ball.
Yeah, and after that, relatively easy setup inning Hunt had in the 8th, they certainly will be able to do whatever whatever their preference is here for the 9th.
CSI's career record for saves in a career, mind you, in 4 years is 9.
Wow.
And Cunningham is 8.
Yeah, and he's got 8 and 11 appearances, Dave, and he's warming up out there. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say,
right,
he's coming in.
Yeah, Cunningham this season, or today, is playing third base, and now he gets on via a walk here in this inning. So he's on base for the second time. Number 11, Matt Mundorf, will be the batter. Mundorf today has 3 hits in 4 at-bats. They're all singles. He's added a couple of stolen bases. He's scored a run. So he has had a very eventful day. And that runner at first base is a huge one for USMMA. At one point, CSI was out-hitting the Mariners 7-4, but their bats have gone completely silent thanks to the relief pitching, as Mike mentioned, of the Mariners, and the Mariners have overtaken the hit lead now 8-7. As a big swing and a miss, so in the hole will be Mundorf now 0-2. Holding fast at first is Cunningham. Cunningham is tied for the team leader in stolen bases with 13 in 14 attempts. So understanding how big that run is for insurance purposes, you wonder if he's going to be taking off at some point. Becker really hasn't been close with throwing anybody out tonight. The look back into first is not in time.
And Dave, Garcia coming into tonight's game with just under 14 innings of work already in his 4th inning of work here tonight. So, this is a huge part of his season here, and up in the count now 0-2.
And that one is fouled off third base side, and you have to think if he is able to get out of this 9th unscathed, that's a big confidence booster, not only for him, but for the CSI coaching staff to look for him as one of those arms late in the season, potentially in that big 3-game set with John Jay if someone should get into trouble early, long relief appearance, or if the Dolphins go even further than that in playoff baseball, they're going to be looking for some of these performances. There is one hit towards short, 1 out at second, and they cannot double up Mundorf. Nice play still by the CSI infield to turn at least 1 on the play. They get the lead runner, And there's one out with Mundorf at first, and Koslow will be the batter.
Yeah, these Merchant Marine players, a lot of them have a lot of speed and good hustle down to first base that time to avoid the double play. So now Garcia will work with one out and one on here in the ninth.
So Koslow is looking for his first hit of the evening. He's been on base twice via walks. He's also struck out and flied out to left, and he's late on that swing for a strike.
Yeah, that time he chased that high fastball, Dave, and we talk about it all the time. It's a pitch that looks great because you can see it really well, but it's pretty tough to hit and do much with.
So Garcia quickly up now. There's the delivery, and that one's fouled straight back. So we mentioned how Cunningham was on base. He has 13 steals. Mundorf with 8 steals in 13 attempts. And I take that back. He actually has 2 tonight. So he's up to now 10 steals in 15 attempts. So he's had success. We'll see if at some point he decides to take second here or if his coach gives him the green light. The 0-2 here coming up on Koslow. Runner stays inside, strike 3 call.
Nice set of pitching that time with Garcia. He gets ahead on the first foul off on the high fastball, comes back with a low inside fastball, and then retires him on the breaking pitch. Nice sequence of pitches that time for the freshman Garcia.
Yeah, so now the Mariners down to their final out here in this ball game, trying to salvage the runner at first is Mundorf. This is Mowry. Mowry, he too looking for his first hit of the ball game. That one's in the dirt, kept in front by Becker. Nice job by him. Mowry officially is 0 for 3. Struck out looking, grounded out to short. Had a sac bunt RBI. And he popped out to third base his last time up. A 1-0 count. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. And Becker throws another one past Jet Navertny, the second baseman. That will hold Mundorf at second base. But Mundorf with his third stolen base on the evening. Stolen bases number 9, 10, and 11 for him on the season. So he's having himself a day. And now Mowry with I think the count is 1-1 here.
Yeah, Dave, that's Kelly batting.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah,
that's Jacob Kelly batting for.
That's right. That was the substitution in the bottom half of the 8th. So that's my error. Sorry about that.
And, Dave, on that stolen base, we didn't have a chance to mention it, but Kelly sure did a good job of staying in the way of that throw by Becker as he really swung and missed and really stepped all the way across the plate into the opponent's batting box, Dave. And I wasn't sure if maybe the umpire might even call him out for interference, but no call was made on the play.
Yeah, that was reason why there was the errant throw there. In any event, strike 3 call. And Garcia with a tremendous job, 4 innings of relief for the Dolphins. The Dolphins batters will try to pick him up here in the bottom of the 9th. We head to the last half inning of play, barring extra frames. CSI Dolphins down by 2. They come to bat next here on CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com. Stay with us.
Oh, listen now, can you hear the bluebirds? Oh, look up now, can you feel the sun?
Welcome back to the CSI Baseball Complex here in the bottom of the ninth. The CSI Dolphins looking to mount the comeback. They'll need 2 runs, Mike, and they'll have to do it against the big relief pitcher Kyle Cunningham, who will come on to try and record his 9th save of the season.
Yeah, Cunningham's going to come in for the USMMA. He's going to make his 12th appearance. In those first 11 appearances, he has 8 saves and a .84 ERA in 10 2/3 innings. Just 7 hits allowed, 2 runs, just 1 earned run on the year. He's walked 5 and struck out 14, and opposing batters are batting just .194 against him on the year. And Noah Herdman will replace Cunningham, Dave, at third base for USMMA as they come out and try to close the Dolphins down here in the bottom half of the ninth. But they're going to have to do it against the top of the Dolphin order.
Yeah, beginning with Nick Falcone, who's been on base the last couple of times. He takes one down low for a ball. He struck out his first 2 times, roped a RBI single his 3rd time up, and was on base via a hit by pitch. His last time up, he takes a strike. But as Mike mentioned, with Kyle Cunningham moving from 3rd to the mound, it'll be Herdman taking over at 3rd. And there's one that drops too low for a ball, 2-1. Falcone has blazing speed, so anything hitting the gap will likely mean extra bases. And once he's on base, he's always a threat to score. And that one hits the low corner for a strike, and the count will even up at 2-2. Jet Navertney is on deck, hitless in his last 3 at-bats, but one of CSI's better hitters. That one is dribbled foul third base side.
And you can see the right hand to Cunningham, Dave, takes the ball and steps on the rubber and gets ready to throw it. And, you know, if you're a defensive player, that's what you want from your pitcher.
And there's a swing and a miss, strike 3. So the Dolphins are down to their final 2 outs as Falcone chased one high in the strike zone. And it'll be up to Jet Navertney. It's interesting how Cunningham is able to come in, Mike, from third base where he's made those long throws over to first in this game and now has to kind of work on that release and that timing from the mound. It's not easy to come in from a fielding position to do that as he hits the outside corner for a strike.
Yeah, now on the season, Dave, he has 15 strikeouts in 11 innings.
And that one is roped into center field. It's going to be a long run, but making the catch in center field is Reinbold. He's been terrific there. Robs Navertney of potential extra bases. And the Dolphins are down to their final out with Dominic Castiglione.
Yeah, and you know, this is a big, spacious ballpark here at the CSI Baseball Complex, and Navertney hit that one high and far, but a nice play by Reinbold to go back and make the play for the second out.
So, final opportunity for the Dolphins. It will be Castiglione who sees one bounced off the plate.
You know, that one almost bounced over the screen, Dave. It hit the plate and it just almost bounced over the screen to hit the top.
That's not easy.
I never saw that.
It's at least 20 feet up, maybe more, as Castiglione takes another one low and outside for ball 2. So now Castiglione ahead in the count.
Yeah, and the Dolphins, just looking to get a base runner here, Dave, and give themselves an opportunity to bring the tying run to the plate.
Castiglione should get something meaty here, and that one is low. 3-0. What happened to the one that bounced? Oh, that's weird. One of them was called a strike. 3-1. There's a strike on the outside corner. That looked like ball 4, Mike, to be honest. But if you're Dominic Castiglione, you got to be a hitter in this situation. 3-2 is the count now. Here's the pitch by Cunningham, and that one is down low at the laces. So the Dolphins have a base runner, Mike, and more importantly, they get the tying runner to the plate. it'll be Nick Miola.
Yeah, and if there's anything that you could say about Cunningham where he struggled a little bit, he has allowed base on balls. That's number 6, Dave, in 11 innings. So he has allowed the base on balls, and now the Dolphins will have an opportunity to bring the tying run to the plate.
So Nick Miola, who's 0 for 4 on the afternoon, he's got power. A strikeout swinging, a fly out to right, a dribbler back to the mound, and then a ground out to third. He takes well low and outside for a ball 1-0. Yes. Dolphins beat USMMA last year on a walk-off base hit by John Pomerico. And that one is fouled straight back. So Dolphins are used to kind of these situations, Mike, but down by 2 here, and they haven't had a base hit for quite some time. The last Dolphins hit was back in the 4th inning. There's a strike, 1-2.
Yeah, since the Merchant Marine Academy scored a couple of runs in their half of the 5th, it's really been the pitchers doing well for both teams. Now the Merchant Marine Academy 1 strike away.
So 1-2 is the count. Dolphins down to their final strike. Up high, ball 2-2. But really, Mike, it was when Garrick, Colorado came in, gave up those 4 straight hits. Since then, Dolphins have been kept off the scoreboard in the hit column. Here's the pitch, and that one is roped into right field. That has potential to drop, and it does. And it does get very briefly behind the right fielder. Dolphins will get 1 runner home. They do. Coming all the way in is Castiglione from first base. The Dolphins have made this a 1-run game on a Nick Miola base hit. I don't think there'll be an error charge there either, Mike. That's just going to be a straight-up hit and an RBI and a run scored.
Yeah, that time it was a diving attempt out in right field by Kelly, and, he couldn't come up with the ball, and it bounced far away enough for the Dolphins to come home and get to within a run, and now bring the game-winning run to the plate, the tying run to first base for CSI.
Yeah, and I believe we're going to have a pinch runner here, Mike. It might be Khalid Zaraya. Yeah, so Khalid Zaraya will be the pinch runner at first base. And it'll be Sean Becker. Now, Mike, I hate to say it, but Becker is 1 for 4, but he leads the Dolphins in extra base hits this season. He's got 9 doubles. He has a triple. And he's tied for the team lead with 2 home runs. So if there's one kid on this team who can put one in a gap somewhere and tie this game up, it is likely Sean Becker.
Yeah, and Becker with 19 RBI, second on the team as well, Dave. So, an opportunity, and that's what you wanted to give yourself here in the bottom of the 9th, and the Dolphins have done that.
So Cunningham, check swing by Becker. I believe that's going to be called a... Well, they put it up as a ball on the scoreboard. They're going to appeal. They say no swing for Becker. I think the Dolphins got away with one there.
I think you're right, Dave.
Yeah, that looked like he went around. In any event, Becker gets 1 ball. That one drops in there for a strike, even though losing it on the play was Cherry. And staying put is Khalid Zaraya. And Zaraya is getting yelled at by head coach Mike Morrow, who's at third base.
There might have been an opportunity there, Dave, to sneak into scoring position.
That one is swung on and hit foul first base side. So now Becker down to his final strike. A 1-2 pitch will be upcoming. Zaraya at first. It's a 1-run game. Here's the pitch. Another check swing by Becker. He did not go. That'll be ball 2. That ball was well out of the strike zone. That time I think Becker did hold back. No appeal even made on the play. And the count will be 2-2. Cheers come up from the CSI dugout. They want a hit here from Sean Becker. Here is the pitch from Cunningham. It swung on and hit in the air. It'll be a short run for Reinbold. He's been good out there all evening. He makes the catch, and that is the ball game. So the Dolphins threaten in the bottom of the ninth. They score a run but come up short. And the final score here in this one, the United States Merchant Marine Academy 6 and the College of Staten Island 5.
Yeah, you know, Dave, it was an interesting game. It started out with the Merchant Marine Academy picking up a couple of quick runs in the first inning and, you know, a little bit of a slow process as the pitchers struggled a little bit earlier in the game. And then from the bottom of the fifth on, Dave, it turned into a pitcher's duel where Garcia came out and pitched 4 great innings for the Dolphins, but the Dolphins just couldn't work their way back into tie up the game in the bottom of the ninth. They brought the tying run to first base and the winning run to the plate, but that's as far as they could get as they dropped this game by a run.
Yeah, so the Dolphins fall to 13-17 with the loss. It's their second straight loss so far this week, and of course they'll try and overturn that later on this weekend. And for the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy, they combat a loss with a win and are back in the win column. They now have a record of 23-9 this season. And for the Merchant Marines, it's their 11th win over the College of Staten Island all time. And, of course, their first here at Staten Island since 2011. So the next time we will be on the air will be on Friday. We have a 12 noon doubleheader between the College of Staten Island and St. Joseph's College of Brooklyn. So CSI's non-conference run continues as they face the Bears for the second and third time this season for a doubleheader here on Friday. So we had a good one here tonight. We're expecting a couple of good ones on Friday, and the Dolphins will hope to get back in the winning column then. So for everyone here at the College of Staten Island and for CSI Sportsnet, for our statisticians in the booth next to us, Samantha Flecker, Joe Foreman, all the great folks at CSI, and for Mike Babuski, I'm David Pizzuto, wishing you a very good night. Once again, your final score here, the United States Merchant Marine Academy 6 and the College of Staten Island 5. Thanks for joining us, everybody, and we'll see you on Friday night.